lot more games going into this game, which 100%. Does put them in more of an advantage than I see SCARZ.
Experience usually means depth of map pool and strategy, so let's pull up our map bans for this series. As always, this is a best of 3. We'll pick into our first. We'll go to Nighthaven. Jesse, can you guide us through the rest?
Yeah, Nighthaven Labs for Liquid. It's a pretty even map historically. This season, they beat W7M 7-5, lost to M80 8-6, so a couple of close games coming through there. For SCARZ, they did lose it already against Dark Zero 7-2. That was their last game. We saw the graph that Gabe brought up there. Not a strong matchup at all, so SCARZ looking to avoid the same fate on our first map today.
Moving on for our next one, our pick will go to Consulate, Lax.
Consulate leaves me up a little tricky map for me in terms of SCARZ and how their playstyle is, because sure, this map is condensed, it is small. It does revolve a lot of teamwork and working together and capitalizing certain power positions and forcing people out of spots or into spots rather that. So again, it goes into what I was saying. SCARZ needs to be showing up here today.
I want to highlight this, a curveball pick Consulate is for SCARZ. It's not a map that I believe they have ever won. This season, their one game was a 7-3 loss to Exist, which many viewers may not even know is a team. So this is a worrying pick, but I'm sure they've been hiding some strats on it. Excited to see what they bring out in map number 2.
I'm just hoping at the end of this, we're not saying Kinotrope died for this, though. Let's move on down the line for a final map, and that'll be, SCARZ will ban out Clubhouse to take us to Bank. Thoughts on this?
If I'm looking at this entire map pool right now, I mean, Jesse just said it, they are pulling this out. This would be the time that you need to pull it out to use a lifeline to possibly get that, but then it does go to Bank. But again, if I am looking at this from a whole perspective, I think the first 2 maps do heavily favor Liquid.
All in all, this definitely does favor Team Liquid. I have to agree. And I mean, we were already talking about the history books a little bit more. It's been 3 years and 8 days since the last time Team Liquid lost to a Japanese team. They have been extremely dominant against the Japanese region in the past. Usually that's been Cyclops. This will be their first historical game against SCARZ.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for filling us in on all the intel we need before we get started with this matchup. Let's toss it to our casters, and this time it is a TriCast once more. Pengu is joined by Intero and his son, Lynx.
My child! I've abandoned my child!
Oh, you having him right here, Dad.
Oh, there we go. See, isn't that so nice?
That's wonderful.
We're doing a TriCast with 3 casters.
It's like the 3rd ever, basically.
Hold on a second. I was hoping it was going to stay on camera. We forgot your box.
Oh, no!
No!
If I had my box, I think I'd be taller than you with it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you?
I can go get it right now if you want.
You should go. We got time.
Oh.
We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post.
Okay.
Well, the community seems to think that Team Liquid's going to take this. Friends, settle the record for me. Does Team Liquid prevail? Does SCARZ have a chance? Loser goes home. Are we saying goodbye to another APAC team, or are we saying goodbye to another Brazilian team?
Nick, Liquid 2-2?
2-2 Liquid.
2-2 Liquid, yeah.
You make that deal?
I make that deal.
Yeah, I'll make that deal.
And honestly, if I'm Liquid, I don't blame them. Damn good deal from that map ban days. We have a very recent loss for SCARZ on Nighthaven. Really poor showing. Liquid also yesterday in that 0-2 game against SSG. Everyone's showing up individually, even Lagonis in moments, Nick. It's just...
Yeah.
The professor's in session, and when he's holding class, Liquid are looking very good.
It's like that old saying where it's like, Nesk, great aim, Palu, great stats, resets, great utility work, Lagonis, Maya, great clutches.
No, but in all seriousness, like Lagonis on that Monty's looking really good, whereas SCARZ, I like Nina, I like Rek, I like Washoy, but the performances are far more inconsistent.
Yeah, the thing is, the first map, not even lap, whatever, but Consulate, SCARZ, they pick Consulate, they start attack. I don't know, man. I think that's where they really cook themselves.
Yeah.
Sorry, but...
There is a kitchen on Nighthaven Labs. How much cooking are we doing?
Well, to the tertiary sites, so probably not a whole lot. Depends whether SCARZ prefer kitchen a little more, or whether they prefer supply, excuse me. Whether they prefer that a little bit more. Did have an interesting ban, by the way. Do want to highlight this. We had the Monty, Mav, and Azami kind of go first. I will say Mav, even without the Tubarao ban, you know, sometimes those are kind of linked. Bit surprised by that, but the Bandit ban. This is a ban that's not super common, but I really like on Nighthaven, Nick, because of those external walls.
Exactly. This is the thing, like, when one team bans the Maverick, it's like, okay, if you ban the Bandit in turn, now you can, like, get through the walls by just simply using Thatcher EMPs, rather, to then get through it. Whereas if you ban the Maverick and Bandit is open, you can Bandit trick every single round, so it's a reactive ban there from SCARZ saying, we're We're respecting Team Liquid, but this also means SCARZ starting on defense cannot bend the trick any of those walls. They are weakening themselves here in the first 6 rounds.
Which kind of surprises me that we don't see the tuber out introduced as a result, instead Fishlight going on the Vigil. I mean, you know, if they want to channel some of that individual play, I don't think that's a bad idea. I've criticized SCARZ in the past couple games for actually not using players like Rek or Nina, or in this case Fishlight, as players on the roam to cause problems for the attack. So sure, I think tuber out might be good here, but if they need to play Vigil to do that, I'll honestly take what I can get.
Yeah, and I think right now for SCARZ, I think the first 2 or 3 rounds, it's about figuring out the pacing of this match and what kind of Liquid are they up against.
And not really a favored side for this map, stats-wise, right? Nighthaven Labs has been played 8 times. It's tied with Console as the 3rd most played map here at the event. So we're going to see 2 and 3. Cafe farther down, Nighthaven Labs, 55-45. 55 rounds, all won by the defenders, 45 by the attackers. We typically call that a coin flip map. It comes down to operator bans, it comes down to comfort of the teams, it comes down to bomb site rotation. Really no expectation as to whether or not we're going to see a 4-2 half, a 3-3 half, a 5-1 half. So as we go deeper into this matchup, we can then start to talk about, are SCARZ in trouble? Are Liquid in trouble? Who's doing what, where, and even sometimes, maybe, the why.
Well, I'd actually like to talk about one of those questions because we can see Liquid focusing on Garage right now. And with that Azami ban, holding Garage is a bit difficult, and Washoi's deciding to stay there, and I think that's an ill-advised decision.
2 kills in the first minute, not a great start for SCARZ. We'll say, a little bit of respect played, Fish-like, using the Team Liquid camo on the K1A. That's an old one.
That is an old skin.
And there it is, look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it?
When you're playing Vigil, you're roaming around like the floor below, you're not doing anything. Meanwhile, losing garage control, and very shortly here, Maya, right by the bomb site walls, can take side control.
He could even retake it too, Fish-like want to, but if he's 2 behind the play, I mean, sure, Palu's gone down, Tayu's able to find 1. Fish-like needs to make this play up top.
Tayu right now stuck in electrical. Grenades will rain through. There's the flank from Fish-like, but Maya determines that he's had enough of this round. It's all up to Rek and Tayu, but Tayu's finished off. Rek will swing for the breach. The brief player cam there. He looked just as surprised as we did in a relatively clean round for Liquid.
Relatively clean round, and I want to kind of expand upon what I started talking about earlier,
Please do.
Which is, I will. Thank you for giving me permission, sir.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Dad.
Father.
Father, yes, indeed. Father Mackay. But Washoi playing top rafters.
Sound like a priest.
But Washoi playing top rafters, that position is so hard to hold directly without the Azami. Where we saw Maya hop in that window, you normally see a Kiba barricade placed there to hide behind it. But without that player, he's easy pickings from Maya, and Liquid have looked really aggressive these past few games. It's a very sensible play to make, and Washoi in a very difficult position.
And honestly, I think SCARZ, one of the big issues is simply that they're quite predictable. They're aggressive, they're in your face, they're gonna look for those cheeky kills. We saw Nesk on the roof on IQ, just holding that window. They knew that SCARZ were gonna come by and swing it at some point and get that free kill. And SCARZ, when they have only one playstyle, once it's figured out, it's an easy game.
Just realized something, by the way. All 3 of us casted Brazil this stage, and all 3 of us experienced the many faces of Team Liquid this stage. But what I think we can all agree on, right? Started out really bad. We don't need to talk about that. Middle portion, huge individual performances. But when Liquid were performing well, would we all agree it was with rounds like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we all knew it was going to take some time for Maya to fit into this setup, right? If you read the tea leaves of Liquid, or as I like to call it, just the Twitter post where they openly admitted it, they said that Volps was not the answer to this team, right? And when they got rid of him, the team seemed to rejoice. Well, Volps had a second life over on W7M, his initial organization. That team did very well, and Liquid looked... until they didn't, and Liquid looked pretty good when they made the change. Maya is a tremendously gifted player, and will prove it immediately by killing me.
Damn.
Love when that happens.
But that's the thing, Maya didn't start hot on Liquid at all. It took him like almost the entirety of stage 1 to become the player that he is now. And it's been Nesk, I think, opening things up for most players, sacrificing himself, going on the entry, often dying first, but getting traded after. But Liquid looking pretty well-rounded now that Maya's finally up here.
Ooh, Washoi trying to go for this kill right here and ends up winning the 1v1 with resets. And Rek too. The defense from SCARZ is very spread out. They're winning these fights, but Maya's hitting his shots too. He's made his way into the site.
4 kills for Maya, no deaths. Leonis with Diffuser might find an opportunity in a moment. Is he going to make the boogie go? The whole point of doing it is so it makes a lot of noise and it covers the sound of the plant. Very similar to what we used to see from Gridlock when she would throw out the track stingers and then go for a plant herself.
Solus. Solus!
Gadget?
Solus! Well, I guess we're at a post plant now, boys.
What?
Well, Team Liquid have lost resets and Nesk. Rec will fall as well. That's not the old NA organization. No, that's the player. Washoy and Fishlike are left. Palu gets both of them. This is a bad start.
No, this is true. This is not a particularly good start. As I kind of mentioned earlier, the roam from SCARZ is very spread out, and as I think Liquid realized too, was heavily dedicated to that middle floor hold. And even though they were in a man disadvantage, they realized, hey guys, cargo stairs and tank is clear. We'll just move on in, push down. Palu can hold the rotate, and we're all good.
Yeah, I mean, you first in the first round, Vigil not doing anything really, goes for a flank, dies. That round, you have Solus in the roam, doesn't scan where the plant is going down either. Yeah, you said it, Solus, hello? He never went for it. Fish like just walking around shooting drones without the gadget. It's like you need to use the operators that you're picking, otherwise why are you playing those? I mean, they have great guns, but if you're not even hitting your shots, then why are you playing those operators?
It's a bit of a tricky decision, but also I think, to kind of end that with, again, a big bonus, or, us praising Liquid is they are taking this initiative now, whereas at the beginning of Brazil, they weren't realizing those opportunities. Now, they're capitalizing off of them and realizing them very, very well. I like this adjustment, by the way, that we can see from SCARZ on this top floor hold. Sure, not the top floor site, still holding garage. You don't have the Azami. Next best option is that mirror window right there.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you see a team that is, let's say, really, really good, which in this case Liquid, against SCARZ, who's a little bit further below, you will see a team making more gaps, which is more opportunities for the better team to take advantage of. Liquid, they can't do this in Brazil. These gaps, they don't really exist. You need to create them or really look for them. But against a team like SCARZ, you will just find gap after gap on the defensive setups because they have these minor details that are not fully ironed out.
Well, we talked a little bit about how Nesk was bringing this team back and has seen a bit of a renaissance, right? Well, Nesk is one of only 5 players to break 100 kills. Now, obviously these stats are not even because they had to play through the play-ins, which means they played a lot more games than some of these teams that have made their debut here in the second phase. But Maya also just broke 100 kills with his 5 kills already.
Let's go. Round of applause. And for a player that was so instrumental in Los's major run, you want to see him make these kind of heights, achieve these successes. And 5-0 so far, maybe he'll get a Yuzu's KD, 16-0 at the end of the map.
Yeah.
Nesk, by the way, on 104 kills, picked up 2 more. He's now at 106. 101 for Maya. SCARZ, obviously, on the complete opposite side. They've only played a couple games. The player on their team with the most kills is Washoy with 25. So, I mean, it's a huge difference.
Okay.
But admittedly, SCARZ has only played, what, 5, 6 maps at this point?
Oh, but Maya on for number 6 now. What is that, 102?
102.
He's in a gap right around the site. You want to take this one?
Got Nesk at 107 now, by the way. We're just going to keep going right here. Lagonis on who knows.
Number 5, probably.
Yet another for Maya, and Nesk with yet another. See, there's a nice friendly rivalry where Maya says, you know what, I'm going to get 2 kills. And Nesk says, well, no, I'm going to get 2 kills as well.
And Lagonis is like, I could shoot back too, guys.
And that is Lagonis' 48th kill. So a little bit
when
farther.
you're the hard support IGL, like, where you're graded on a different curve. Lagonis, in all seriousness, we do like to meme on him sometimes. He's had a solid tournament, as solid as you could hope for. And really, it's been the 4 players on Liquid, because we've already talked about Maya, Nesk. We saw Palu get some action. Let's talk about resets now, okay? Let's just round out this roster, because pop quiz, gentlemen. How many kills did resets have after the first 4 games of Brazil?
Oh boy, not many.
5.
He genuinely, I don't know the exact number.
4.
He was in the single digits after 4 best of ones, but he started bouncing back. In this tournament, has he been taking over games like Nesk? No, but he's consistently in the running. 9 kills, just, low double digits. Resets, it's still getting in on the party, and that's really been the story for Liquid so far. Resets, sure getting involved, but Nesk, Palu, well, Maya, there we go, 7-0. I was looking away, and it just escaped me.
Liquid did start this map, right? That's their choice.
It is.
So we expect them to do well on it.
But
Sure, but
this well is really something else, right?
Yeah.
4 kills through 3 rounds for SCARZ is just not going to get the job done anywhere. Maya has almost double the kills of everybody on the side of SCARZ.
And yet SCARZ is taking this kind of Vigil operator where I'm like thinking, again, you can get more utility, play C4s below, you can do other things. I mean, they're playing
Solus
Valkyrie.
if you want to.
They're playing Valkyrie with impacts. Valkyrie doesn't even have C4. I haven't seen this really before in this level of play because normally Valkyrie always will have a C4 in pocket.
And usually if she does bring impacts, you have that C4 spilling out substantially onto other people, not just one for Taiyu, but usually one maybe for the Warden, bringing the deployable shield instead, which I've seen SCARZ run the strategy before on Nighthaven. It's not super uncommon. If Garage gets opened up, they have the shield by the A-bomb chassis so they can fall back to that position and contest it. I think that's a good strategy. I think it's a good idea, but you're right. With the Vigil not bringing the Solus, and with only one C4, they're low on post-plant options. I think you and I are kind of missing the whole point, though, because how close have Liquid even really needed to come to putting that diffuser down?
That's my thing. Like, I think Liquid, they win the round in the first minute and 30 seconds, where by the time the bomb set is the focus, the round is almost over. They've gotten 2 or 3 kills, and SCARZ don't have a leg to stand on. This has been their slowest round so far, though. No one's died yet. But there we go. First mirror though, that's gonna get cleaned up. Didn't get that shield to fall back upon, for example. Step number 2, we have nades on Nesk and Lion though. That can get dealt with.
You joked about the impacts. Well, Rek just impacted the Selma.
Oh!
A little bit late after it already destroyed the mirror.
Not the point. Completely irrelevant.
He got the second charge.
And he also killed Nesk.
I'll give you that one.
There you go. Doesn't matter whether you have impacts or not. A team-leading 3rd kill. A 4th now as well. As Liquid's advance is being rebuffed as we hit the halfway point of the round.
And it's being very effectively rebuffed. Maya has 4 Candelas, sure, but he's been trying to lurk on the Aqua side where there's a Warden with a shotgun right around the corner. If they want to try and base this round on an Aqua push, this is not the solution they're looking for. Oh, but look at the CMP. That's so smart.
And it will disable the glasses. Candela will go in as well. And Nina backs off. Maya doesn't seem to have information, though, to capitalize off of this. The Warden still being chased from this position and won't be able to get away with life intact. Fishlike taking some damage elsewhere.
3v3 on site.
Fishlike and Nina combining for 0 kills so far. And these are your first 2 lines of defense. Not ideal for SCARZ.
Such a good mini play, though. Like you pointed out, Carl, like just like the EMP with the flashbangs, it really opened things up and caught SCARZ by surprise even.
And with now 2 Candelas on site, they can actually throw this in Aqua, blind Washoy, and with Rek and Fishlike on low HP, there's a winnable round in here.
Yeah, I mean, you could never really count out this team. A Liquid or Washoy just kills all of them. Okay, well, it's up to Palu. Good enough for one. He sees the Valkyrie. Can he capitalize? Taiyu on full HP. Fishlike and Rek so low. Palu could still finish this one off, but the question becomes, do they give him any information? Palu walking into a crossfire. Nice drag down to Rek. Running out of time. Only 1 second left. And nope. Palu will not win the round. Good patience from SCARZ to keep themselves safe in the final moments of that round and not bother to aggress a player who absolutely can punish you in a 1v2.
And honestly, you got to give SCARZ credit there. Did they do a whole lot to literally, like, take the fight to Liquid? No. But they also didn't make any big mistakes. They didn't troll, and Liquid, in the face of that setup, Nick, they really struggled to actually clear that out. We see solo 1v1s and IT breach on Garage. Liquid getting very individual. Oh, I did not know that's how they got that kill. That's really impressive. Good playmaking from SCARZ, actually. It's even better than I thought.
By the way, because we show replays, we don't show the operator kit cards. All of SCARZ are using the FaZe clan backgrounds against Team Liquid. So Liquid's got all of theirs, and then SCARZ just have FaZe clan.
See, I know we always like to flame teams for not having their operator cards in the background, but that's Skinnergy right there.
That is.
That's haters too. They're hating.
They are. It's professional hating.
It is.
I've talked about this before. I take hating very seriously. I love to hate.
I referenced player haters ball on the broadcast earlier. Yeah, I did.
I'll make sure to fill your dish with water later after this matchup. Just in case you get thirsty.
It's another reference.
That's another good one.
Back down to basement, Nick.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at this and go SCARZ game plan. I mean, I like to see this lineup I can work with. The Solus, the Valkyrie, the Pulse. I feel like there is actually a plan happening that from a top-down level, this makes sense. You're going to play Cancel on the roam, Fender for the side staircases, and try and force Liquid into a roam clear top-down. Then you got those C4s in pocket. Try and get that opening kill. Liquid, though, great, I guess, decision-making here. Getting that power piece destruction done first. Then, of course, the IQ for the Val camps. And just, like, very slowly gonna work their way through this map and not risk those steps early to those C4s.
Nesk had a good read on the Solus as well, and not just pinpointed it for himself, but the rest of the team. So now everybody is well aware, even if he didn't vocalize it, that there is a Solus lurking and seemed to be doing so deep in the heart of basement. Right now, Rek is going to be able to get a lot of information from these calls, actually playing on the main floor.
Ooh, I was about to say, do you want to waste an impact on a drone through a floor? I don't know about that one. But you're right, Rek is getting a lot of intel. Taiyu can also basically go to the other side of the site, though down below, see where Liquid are pushing from with that heartbeat scanner as well. So there is a lot of intel that can be gathered by SCARZ. And also, bit of a difficult defense for Liquid to crack because of how much intel can be gathered, how far out they're playing. They are committing to this roam clear, Nick, and, well, I guess Palu's cut down one. Where exactly was that?
Oh, in the window?
Ah, the classic cutoff.
We love that.
Is another person going to feed him? Gets past the rotate.
No!
Repeats it.
Things go from bad to worse. Huge round from Paul Lucifer.
Shotgun.
The devil himself, and yeah, Pulse shotgun is nuts. You're not going to win that. You're certainly not winning that gunfight at that range. The FBI shotgun is a lot of things. Good is not usually a term we use to describe it, but at that range, you're not hitting anything.
I used to bullseye Womp Rat to my T16 back home, and they weren't much bigger than that hatch.
4-1 for Team Liquid, and again, this is a coin flip map, so it doesn't matter whether you start on attack or defense. The match is going to be quite close. Bomb sites are going to be quite close. Yeah, typically the defenders should do better, but it's not enough of a difference that's worthy of a distinction.
Yeah, and also specifically that round, you know, to talk about it right here, 3 players peeked Palu on this window. One actually re-peeking Palu on this window after he somehow got past, and then the castle peeks it too. The setup overall, sure, one person still falls to that cutoff. It happens. But you still had so many operators left in the cards, and then they just all peek Palu on that window. They squandered what could have been at least maybe a winnable 4v5 or something more competitive. Still looking to only that top floor site as successful for SCARZ, and going down to the tertiary, this one wasn't particularly great either.
And the big thing is that previous round, like SCARZ, they don't want to fight, you know, Liquid on the map itself. It's about maybe stalling for some time, getting maybe one lucky kill, then falling back towards that base and bomb side. Instead, they advanced into Liquid, happily taking those fights when someone like Maya and Paolo both hitting all of their shots.
Speaking about Maya, I mean, for the first 3 rounds, he got the opening pick every single one, and on this bomb site, he hopped in through the cargo window as Twitch, got a kill, then Liquid ended the round about 10 seconds later, just killing everybody around the site. I imagine Liquid are going to take things a little slower unless they see that same gap present itself. We've already got a Malusi Banshee in this position, so SCARZ are aware that position could be filled, and Liquid, I think, as well, are also knowing they're probably not going to get away with it again.
I mean, what match was it yesterday that, I can't remember who said it to me, but somebody just said, yeah, Maya just decided the Team Liquid was done their match.
Was that me? Maybe it was me.
I think it might have been you.
Game yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was just, at some point, somebody just decided, you know, Maya was like, you know what, I don't really want to be playing anymore. Let's win this. And then that was it. And the game was
It's
over.
funny. You said that. I remember somebody saying that to me.
I said that to you.
Did you say that to me?
I did say that to you.
Oh, you did?
I did. Somebody
What are
said
you
it
guys
to me.
talking about?
Somebody said it to me. I said it was somebody said it to me, and then I said it to you.
So you pawned off somebody else's ideas to me and didn't
I
give
think
them
it was
the credit
Medics
for
who
it?
said it. I think Medics, the Observer, said it to
Now
me.
I was just guessing.
Maya
No,
just
he doesn't
decided that the
know.
game was done.
He doesn't know who works behind the scenes. This guy's just...
Medics said he's
Somebody
trolling.
in production. I was sitting there.
No, Medics just told me you're trolling.
I know, I heard that too. So
Okay.
I don't remember who it was. Somebody said it to me.
You're
Somebody
lying.
looked at me and was like, somebody looked at me and said, yeah, Maya just decided that he didn't want to play.
Well, I mean, Maya's almost at that territory right now, 9-1. He actually
Yes.
is on for a Yuzu's KD, depending on what this next
yes.
round have in store. And I mentioned that maybe that Liquid aren't going to look for the same gap, but Palu's got that SMG-12 in hand. Talk about an operator that I think everyone has kind of settled on being the lurk operator. Dokkaebi right there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to be honest. And the thing is, when Liquid get their first kill, there's just so much chaos on the side of SCARZ where they start moving around a ton and getting caught by the other members of Liquid. And the big thing is, it's not just Ness who can find these openings, it's also Maya, it's also Palu, it's also not right now in resets, but he can sometimes.
Yeah, but funny, but Maya's been on a clutch drone for like 2 minutes of the entire round, I will say at this point. It's been
I'm
very
sorry, he was on a
slow.
bulletproof camera there, which as far as I'm aware, the attackers don't have. So he must have...
hacked it. Ooh, look.
SCARZ is winning, by the way. I was giving him a stern look. It was a very stern look. Just as I'm sure SCARZ is going to give Team Liquid a very stern look on that one. Excellently pushing back Liquid as they try to get into the building. SCARZ is a team that can absolutely fire back.
Yes.
But there needs to be a bit more strategic element as to how they go about taking those engagements, right? Well, now you're going to have to do it on the other side because that's the first half in the books.
You are going to have to do it on the other side, unfortunately. And overall, I think the biggest surprise this tournament has been Washor really stepping up alongside Nina and Rek, the two-star players of SCARZ, but it hasn't been enough to get them, into a position that's not 1-2. I'm just going to be honest. Into a position that isn't in the 1-2, potential elimination in this matchup. And it will have to be a little more strategic, as you mentioned. Only player, even neutral on the side of SCARZ, is Rek at 5-5. But when Liquid make it simple, give 1v1s to SCARZ across the map, they can win it. And now they've got themselves at least a 2-4 half, better than a 5-1. We're kind of splitting hairs at that point, but...
13 kills through 6 rounds is the number that we're looking at for SCARZ. That's averaging just a little bit above 2 per round.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't carry the thing. Sorry.
Do the number.
I didn't. Oh, that's not even a 3. That's a 5
seconds left before insertion.
Americans.
Am I right? Oh, man.
Well, I mean, if you're averaging 2 kills-ish, because we're in the decimals and we don't want to bother people with that. Well, we're in the decimals. It's not 3, so it's closer to 2. If you're averaging 2 kills a round, I mean, you don't got to be a world champion to know that's not how you're going to win a game.
No, you don't got to be a countologist to know
Correct.
that number is particularly high. I mean, Liquid ending a lot of those rounds with 4 players left alive, 3 on a bad day, 1 flawless in there as well. So when Liquid were winning, it was very, very, very dominant. But we'll see if SCARZ can have that same thing. What I did like, actually, weirdly enough, in the Furia game SCARZ played, was when they were attacking Clubhouse, great Furia map, if they needed to make a play or speed up the pace, they actually did so very well. They did not hesitate in making that decision, and that's something I still think is going to be really good against Liquid. If you have somebody like Maya pop off, but SCARZ have enough control, I want to see them have that same decisiveness.
Do you think it'll happen on this map, though? Because we started this map talking about the fact that SCARZ doesn't really look that experienced here and has shown some discomfort previously on Nighthaven Labs in this event.
It depends if they get the opening pick, I think. We still have some Liquid
You're
roamers.
gesticulating.
I am gesticulating a lot. I was literally gesticulating while I was thinking. I wasn't even talking.
It's like a squid flapping its tendrils around.
Right as I'm about to make that point, everyone from Liquid falls back to the site, and I think they correctly realize, all right, we've spent 1 minute, 20 seconds. We don't need to play all that aggressive.
Yeah, again, like, problem solving is not what SCARZ they're known for. It is about getting that kill and playing off momentum, and if you don't give it to them, they have to go to that problem solving stage. They got the ram, they got the bug, they got a ton of self-destruction from above. Deimos can isolate player positions or find those positions from Liquid. So I think SCARZ, with 1 minute 20 seconds left, they're doing quite all right now. As long as nobody dies to something silly, like this single C4 and pocket of resets, there should be a 5v5 that plays out on the bomb side.
I think the big issue they might face, though, is the lack of either of these breaches being open. Okay. Oh, hold on, they found Nesk. I will say, without those breaches being open, you can't cover, so it seems like they're gunning for a plant, you know, down bottom XO inside of assembly, is what I imagine they're going for. And without that breach open, you only can hold from this vertical control. But if you flood into site in a 5v4 and just trade this down, you can negate that entirely.
Well, one of the Electric Claws spotted.
And now getting the breach.
And they'll be able to open it up. As Rek watches on the flank, the first player on this team to go positive, Nina, dropped through that hatch that was opened up. Palu will ascend the stairs and vanquish him. Diffuser going down by Fishlike. Where is Liquid to try and stop this? From outside of the breach, they shut it down. Diffuser does not get planted. It's Rek's opportunity to try yet again. Team Liquid with 20 seconds left to shut this down. Swinging onto the breach, resets with 1. Almost another onto Rek. Shoy from above to end the reign of terror. Now it's Maya to drop, but is boxed out by his own castle barricade. An ungodly amount of noise as that gadget's ripped off of the door, and now Maya in a very precarious position, toying around.
You could barricade this.
Absolutely could, and he could keep Rek out of it quite well. There's no way he does this, though, right? Just under 20 seconds, peeking around the corner. He hears the engagement!
Run.
Maya might have time, and with 1 to 2, 3 seconds left, Team Liquid will prevail on their first defensive round.
And I'm making an executive decision. That's Reset's kill. That's not Maya's kill. Because as Reset swings around, he kills the guy on the breach.
Issuing a correction? You don't gotta hand it to him.
No, but Reset swings around, kills the guy on the breach, but then softens up the Dokkaebi as she's coming off the diffuser, which makes that kill happen for Maya. I mean, maybe he still gets the kill if there's full HP, but it makes it a lot easier with the full HP Maya. But to give him his credit, Parker, don't want to let it slip by. Maya was the one that retook upstairs, too, to make that 1v1 possible.
Legonis is the real hero.
You think Legonis was?
Legonis was, yeah. He impacts the breach, creates that big smoke effect, sprints in deagle in hand, bang, bang, takes out the first Panther. That's the real hero.
Fishlike, by the way, was on less than a second until that diffuser would go down. Hard-pressed to imagine Team Liquid winning if that first attempt at the diffuser pulls off.
You know what's a shame, too, Nick? Maybe you disagree. That wasn't a bad round from SCARZ. That was really good, all things considered.
I was going to say, I don't think Liquid won that round. I think SCARZ, they lost it. Because Liquid didn't have like a clear win condition. They tried retaking in like a 4 versus 4 or a 5 versus 4 favoring SCARZ. And unless Lagonis makes that hero play, they seem to just lose there, I think.
And if Tayu gets that kill on the coverage, unfortunately, kills the Valkyrie quicker, that round probably goes SCARZ's way.
I think so.
I really love the foresight. 40 seconds left. We're talking about a team that needs to get that more experience. Sure, SCARZ have been in every event. They haven't really won a series, aside from this event, since Copenhagen all the way in last year. But now, they have the foresight, 40 seconds left, open up the breach, it looks good, and they still end up losing that round. Sure, it's Liquid's pick, but if you want to remain more competitive...
Wait, where did you get that?
Do you not? That's Dez's sheet. We built that. It records the data live. Look, this is an advert for, you know.
We made it like 6.
Oh my god, that's so much easier.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't have the link for it anymore. I gotta switch it up.
It's never a bad time to learn.
Exactly. And hopefully SCARZ can...
Best time to learn? Yesterday.
not
Second
even-
best time?
Now.
Today. Or no.
But SCARZ can't even really learn from their mistakes. They had a really solid attack overall, just a couple individual moments here or there that ended up losing it. Oh wait, what? We're in kitchen dining is the next site.
This is
I guess we are
Classic,
cooking in the
by
kitchen.
the way.
I told you we'd be cooking. You didn't believe me.
This is the what classic?
Brazil Classic. On Skyscraper, they play on the bedroom bomb side. Here on Not Even Lab, they also play kitchen as like a tertiary option with confidence, whereas most other regions and teams, they will go to stock instead.
And you and I, every single time we saw the bedroom bomb site on Skyscraper,
We always
I was
say
like,
it.
why?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was talking to Nick.
Sorry, I'll shut. Here, I'll go around the corner.
Bro thinks he's on the team.
Dude, it's crazy.
Thank you.
I was a last-second draft.
Just turn around and
Okay.
Blair Witch. There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, you know, Connor just walked in here and it's like, what's up, boys? And Parker's like, do you want to try cast? We just
Carter
did
goes,
it.
Yep. And that was it. You may return.
Okay, sorry, I wanted permission.
We usually try to bring in analysts just because they do obviously provide insight, but one of the good things about
But I'm
you...
just really annoying.
Not where I was going, but you know.
what I was going to say. I was actually going to compliment you, but you know what? Your point's much funnier.
It is. Minute left in the round, by the way. Reset's able to cut down Nina. Star player, I mentioned, not really having a great performance. You know, picked up off that old Northeption roster once it imploded. And he'll sit on cam duty the rest of this round. SCARZ had made so much good progress, Nick, on the basement bomb site previously, and I can't really tell you what they have right now.
I will say for SCARZ, the one thing they're missing right now is shutting down those like key players right now. They are losing the individual 1v1s, and yet they're not going for 2v1 gunfights to shut down somebody like Maya. They just keep feeding him those fair gunfights, which isn't a good idea.
And the Warden of Nesk will see the Candela roll by, but guess what? There's no EMP to shut him down, so instead, the disco dance party will go off, and Nesk will not be affected. A drop from Fishlake now, looking for kill number 2.
Hello!
Pardon me! Nesk manages to get a melee kill, which is unheard of unless you're a shield. Now it's Maya from above doing double duty, but there's 3 other players from Liquid involved in this. Resets the hero a big 2-piece. And it's map point for Team Liquid.
2 plus 2 in the early and the late. That equals 4, my friend. Resets on for 4 to get Liquid to match point. Nesk, to be fair, that knife basically equaling 4 kills for the style factor. I think we agree on that. Not checking your corner if you're dropping down the freezer.
They droned him, by the way. They knew where he was.
He also
sat
shot
in
one of
the
the
same corner where you droned him.
And he was shooting
from.
as well. He was shooting the window as Jing walked in the door. No idea.
Timeout called by SCARZ, and, well, yeah, I mean, you don't really have much more runway to land this thing, so.
Nah, maybe a timeout 1 round too late even, maybe.
I was gonna say, I know that Parker and I are big dislikers of these like match point timeouts. We're big haters.
We're haters, yeah, sorry.
We're haters.
Management got a word down. The word is haters now. We're not supposed to use dislike or distaste.
I take hating very seriously.
Not a fan of.
It's
hate.
It's not a hobby. It's a profession. Okay, we need to be taken seriously.
Let me try again. Parker and I are big haters.
Now let me ask you a question. What do you think SCARZ talked about on this timeout?
Let me think. It could be their aim, rotation making, strats, callouts, drone work, or teamwork. I'm not sure which one.
Very decisive.
I think
He was nominated for Color Caster of the Year. I don't know if you know that.
Don't stop
Multiple
him.
times, actually.
he's my color caster.
Okay. But look at this.
I knew he was in the corner.
This is one of those moments that really sucks, because we actually had a really good attack from SCARZ in round 7, and then we just had a nothing burger of a round in round 8. It's like complete opposite sides of the spectrum.
Admittedly, my least favorite burger.
The nothing burger?
Yeah.
What about the burger?
Is that what they served at the burger in King in Copenhagen?
You've been making the Oklahoma onion burger.
True, I have. For context, by the way, we went to a Burger King one night in Copenhagen, and for that day only, it was the only
No, it was 1
vegetarian...
month. It was 1 month.
1 month only. It was the only vegetarian Burger King in the world.
On the whole planet. A meatless Burger King. And of course, maybe we went there late at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe after a bar, and we were like, I want a burger.
And
What do you
well,
mean there's no burger in this burger?
What do you mean this is a nothing
What do you
burger?
I want chicken nuggets. What do you mean there's no chicken in them? I don't understand.
They took the chicken out the nugget.
And then they left the nugget. Who knows what's inside of it? It's not chicken.
Well, I will say...
Jesse was also there, I believe. Was he not?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Well,
Quite the experience.
Unfortunately, this might be an impossible comeback from SCARZ at this point. Down 6-2, going up to the top floor. Liquid winning that tertiary site. 12-2 for Maya now. What's the math on that?
Maya started with 96 kills. That's damn. Okay. You never do math. It's 108.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's 108. So on for 108.
No, I wasn't actually stalling because I couldn't do that math. I was trying to figure out how much farther behind Nesk he was.
Oh, okay.
The magic number, by the way, is 8. Maya needs 8 more kills than Nesk at the end of this map to tie Nesk, 9 to surpass him, and as you can see on your screen, Maya is only 6 ahead. So Nesk technically still has the lead on the team in terms of kills.
He popped off just now.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Well, because I was trying to do the math. I was trying to do 2 math at the same time.
Device in
That's
position.
smart.
Not just 1 math.
Changing max.
But
2 math.
2 math.
Minute 15 seconds in, Liquid setup, Nick. I don't think you and I are really shocked by any of this. We got the mirror watching Garage. We got the Electric Claws, Valkyrie cams for Intel, and SCARZ starting open with the connector breach.
And you think that when it's this kind of matchup where one team is so far ahead, I think SCARZ going to really basic default attacks isn't a good look. We used to praise Apex for being chaotic and really quick and unpredictable, and SCARZ, they are that kind of team sometimes. But in this matchup so far, it's been very much like they're playing like EU, NA, and Brazil, which against Liquid, a very structured, methodical team, isn't the way forward.
And I also think one big problem they're going to have is, everyone look at the left side of your screen. We've got 1 minute left. We're playing Execute Siege, and we have 4 C4s, now 3 C4s, and 3 toxic canisters left as we're just entering the final minute. Of course, some of these could die in gunfights or die to a Shoy, pressuring the buck from below, which I think is a really good look at the moment. But there's so much secondary utility and primary utility that Liquid have right now that a default take with a plant is maybe not going to end well.
And that's the thing, that's a small adaptation there, and with that timer going low, I should finally gets the kill, but Reset straight back.
And Resets has been very good so far in this half. Admittedly, there haven't been a lot of rounds, so we'll see. Does Liquid need to keep defending, or does it come to an end? Resets positive on kills, but dies to Wreck. The advantage goes back to SCARZ. Now it's Lagonis. Prone. Wreck yet another. Everything working out for SCARZ at the moment. Nina losing a huge chunk of HP to Lagonis. Will have to work with Nesk as they keep the site intact. A bad swing by Lagonis. Nesk softened up. Excellent end of the round as Fishlight collects both of those kills. And it's another round for SCARZ, immediately converting their timeout in a positive direction.
I am sorry, Washu, I was not familiar with your game. That verticality downstairs definitely changed the outcome of that round because that was not a basic default attack. There was a small flare added to it that made a big difference.
It was honestly one of the more impressive bucks from below that I've seen from that site.
Well, we actually have a call-in, as unorthodox as it may be, with our good friend Jesse. Jesse.
Hello guys, I'm coming because we've just broken 2 ridiculous trends from SCARZ through both their match that they're playing right now and the last Night Haven Labs they played yesterday against Dark Zero. In that DZ game, not a single player went positive and they didn't win a single attack. Now we've seen, for the first time, Rek is positive and they've won an attack. Is this the start of a comeback? Probably not, but it's at least the first right step.
Thank you very much, Jesse. Hell of a stat, and honestly, as my family likes to say, you can't jump.
Wait, Jesse, don't go yet. I want to ask you a question. No! To be fair, I was just going to do a bit, so it's not really big.
What are you going to ask him?
About the Burger King.
Oh. Jesse, you remember the meatless Burger King?
Hey, is it the start of a comeback, though? I mean, here's what I will say this. SCARZ are still proving they can contest with Liquid in terms of gun skill. And that is... But in rounds like that, when it gets hectic and they're given 1v1s, sure, when they're peeking Poly on a window 3 players in a row, yeah, that one might escape them. But when they have moments like that where Liquid start kind of getting antsy, making mistakes, they're winning. What is going on here?
They're dancing.
They're just bouncing back and forth. Hello? Wreck? No, Wreck! He's not positive anymore!
No!
Get Jesse back on the line.
Jesse, is this the start of
They
a
had a
comeback?
drone on him. No.
Jesse, is this the start of a comeback? The only positive player immediately does not go positive. That's the Jesse curse. The Jesse special. Probably on cloud 9 because his Edmonton Oilers won last night.
Shout out.
Stayed up till 5 a.m. watching that because he had a late start time so he could sleep in.
That's time management right there.
I believe. He's good with numbers. I call him Nerd Boy
Yeah.
because he's a nerd and he's good with numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why is he called the Worm Boy?
Reload.
Is he a worm?
Yep.
Yep.
Tremendous skill casting as a worm.
5v4 for Liquid now, and oh, Nina, you gotta win this fight with the Vendetta. Oh, somebody again giving Palu a 1v1. He's doing it on defense too.
But he doesn't spot through the breach that's been opened up that Fishlike is watching that. Palu off of the board. All of these rounds have been so quick. Feels like this matchup has flown by. Now we're hitting the halfway point of the round. 3 players already in the ground.
And unlike last round, Liquid are actually fighting back and doing something on the map. It's not 5 guys on the bomb site waiting for SCARZ to approach them. This is a very active roam game from Liquid with 3 separate players while still having 2 player preview below, watching cameras, holding down the bomb site, and SCARZ are not really entering the building right now. They're being kept outside.
Playing very skittish, very, very skittish. Maybe using this final death mark would be good to try and power one of these players either on the top floor or below on the site. Taiyu will try, but this is Diffuser. He's got to win this one, and, well, Fishlike certainly didn't.
Now the swing here from Ness goes in their favor. It's all up to Nina. It does not go in his favor. Ness wins the fight, and Nina now on Garage looking in the wrong direction. It's just another day at the office for Nesk. What a result for the Brazilian Beasts, looking to keep their run here in Manchester alive.
And looking very good for Liquid. I was a bit worried for them because, you know, sloppy stage 1, bit of a slow start to this tournament, not looking like excellent, but yeah, okay, it's SCARZ, fair enough, but I think Liquid played quite well in all the rounds where they won.
And even if they had some problems, I mean, Maya 3K, 2 Palu 3Ks, or Palu 2K and a 3K, Maya 3K, resets 4K. It was also a really big individual performance from Liquid, and even if they have strategic problems, when Liquid are getting stuff like that, that makes them scary in and of itself.
We did a lot of analysis, but we've got a desk who can dive into it a little bit more, and I have no doubt that they're excited to talk about that matchup.
Would be even more exciting to talk about that comeback, eh, Jesse?
It was not a comeback. Maybe it was the start of a comeback. I say it was not. It was not.
Well, you got our hopes up, certainly, but seems like we got disappointment from Laxing.
Disappointment is the nice way to put it. I mean, this isn't the resilience that I was hoping that I would see them try to bounce back from. I mean, Jesse said it, this was the first time that they went positive in a round, but that goes into my graph that I was showing and why they're having such disappointing results, whether that's because the teamwork isn't there, the fundamentals aren't there. It just looks like they're kind of lost, and then going back to a map that you just didn't have success on and then almost repeat the exact same thing. It's a question of, are you not able to adapt?
It's unfortunate too, because like, it's easy to look at yesterday's game against Dark Zero and this game against Liquid and say, all right, fine. Nighthaven is a relatively new map. It's a difficult map for a lot of teams. SCARZ just don't know how to play Nighthaven. But that's not true. They won this map in Atlanta. They won this map in Sao Paulo. And now they bring it to their 3rd tournament in a row, and they're just not able to even look decent on it. A 7-2 loss yesterday, a 7-3 loss today. This needs to be a map that SCARZ really work on in the back lines.
I know it's easy to rail on SCARZ in this case, but Liquid just kind of played a completely normal, fluid game that we expect from them.
And that's the thing, like, Liquid didn't do anything special. If anything, SCARZ gave them every single initial pick that they possibly could have wanted, even gave them site or power positions. Liquid did not have to do anything crazy to take advantage of this map.
Yeah, I mean, Maya and Palu, you saw him at the top of the stat line there. The round where Palu is outside the window and 3 people swing into him kind of is like the one that sticks out in my mind as like a real microcosm of the whole match. It's like Liquid played the basics, they hit their shots, they were always ready for the engagements when they came, and they often did come very quickly into that round. And they always shut them down. It was classic Siege from Team Liquid. They played well, but really wanted to see more out of SCARZ. Yeah.
All right, then we'll see. Maybe Consulate will be redemption for SCARZ. We'll have to dive into it and see. Maybe Liquid can just take it there and move on, because this is survival in this matchup. That'll be after this break. once more in Operation New Blood. More info on that this Sunday, just before our grand final. And for all those here in the UK joining us in Manchester, you'll be able to see it with all the oohs and ahs that a new Operation reveal does deserve. But we have a match on our hand, and it is elimination. You'll lose, you're out of the tournament. Right now, the pressure is all on SCARZ going into map 2 here. Consulate is the one we're on. So Jesse, please bless us with your numbers.
This is a gamble. SCARZ have picked a map that they perma-banned through all of last season, and this season their one and only play was a 7-3 loss against Exist in the Japanese regular season. So this is a map that they are pulling completely out of the woodworks. This is the biggest gamble they could possibly make. With everything on the line, it is do or die. SCARZ are going to go out in a fiery ball of flames, or they're going to show something we've never seen before.
And talking about the oohs and the ahs, that was literally my exact sayings as I was watching most recently Nighthaven Labs. I mean, this is not what I wanted to see from them after already losing Nighthaven, going into this map, and realistically, Liquid didn't do anything special to get that 7-3. If anything, SCARZ gave them that map. Now you're picking this map, as Jesse said, that this is a little unorthodox from them. You have to be on top of your game here. There's not really much to say. I don't even want to talk about Bang because I have to see a significant performance step up than what I just saw from Nighthaven.
Yeah, and I will say, Consulate's going to be a good map to take Liquid on specifically. They've yet to win it this year. They lost it to W7M in Brazil, and they lost it to FaZe here in Manchester. Both matches were close, but that FaZe match, not too long ago, that's very recent footage that SCARZ is going to be able to look back on and create the master plan going into this game. I hope their preparation is good.
The battle for survival continues, and this time we're locking in the visas on Consulate. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll toss it back to our casters, Lynx, Intero, and Pengu.
Thank you very much, Milos. It's been a very successful day of Rainbow Six for Team Liquid. They've gone up 7-3 on Nighthaven Labs, and now they're going to Consulate. As Jesse mentioned, a map SCARZ have never played. A big gamble, Parker. But Nick, we'll see if it pays off.
That will.
It's a really good comment there.
Somebody please start talking. I tried to.
I think it's
that was a
funnier.
throw.
I think it's funnier if we just keep it. We just keep you on the screen. I think it's much funnier if we just keep you hard camera. And make
Keep it right there,
I believe it's
right
called
in the lens.
Twisted in the wind. How do you hear anything out of these? I'm wearing your headset. I don't know how you hear anything out of these. I'm so quiet. Is this the end of the road for SCARZ?
Yeah. Liquid 2-2?
Yeah.
Liquid 2-2.
Handshake, yep.
I don't blame them. Damn good deal. But as Jesse mentioned, let's be honest, okay? Down 1-0, 1-2 stage in the Swiss. You've never played a map before. You've got to catch your opponent off guard, Nick. This is the time to bring out a new map.
Yeah. I think those are all good points, but the issue is you start on the attacking side on a heavily defender-favored map, and you're not known to be a mastermind on the attack to begin with. So I fear for them for this simple reason. Had Liquid picked this map, and they were like happily to go there, but starting defense, they could maybe get, you know, a 3-4 round lead and then get something going from there. But odds are, this will be a 4-2 or 5-1/2 for Liquid.
Consulate's one of those 3 maps. So it's like Skyscraper, Oregon, Consulate.
Yep.
Do you want to pick it and give your opponents the other side selection?
Not really.
Oregon at least has played a lot. You're really used to it. Maybe you can cook something up on the attacking side. But Skyscraper, and especially Consulate, that's a new map. It's a big risk, as you pointed out. Maybe the ban phase will change something up, though. SCARZ aren't exactly reinventing the wheel with this one, though. Dokkaebi and Azami taken off the board. The DZ bans is their potential final map of the Manchester Major. And how will Liquid round out this ban phase? A Fender ban on Consulate. Very sensible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is nothing out of the norm. There's Monty open. I think if you're SCARZ, you play in you know, Japan League. I mean, there's a lot of Blitz and multiplayer there, shield operators, etc. You might need some of those quote-unquote cheese operators to get away into this.
Maybe. Use the Monty, bring that Grim and that Ying. But let's be honest, okay? We know what side it is right now.
Yes.
We can see it. Let's wait a second, and then you'll understand why I'm making a big show out of this. Because there's one particular site on this map that, in my opinion, every team on the planet knows how to rush. And it's CEO. You bring the Amaru, you bring the Grimnet, and it works.
Window. Yep.
It just works.
It's silly because what a lot of teams will do is that they will fly in the window with an Amaru, then the enemy will throw a C4, pop the Gore Cannons, throw a Toxic Babe, Amaru jumps out the window, rinse repeat, and the 4th time it's gonna work.
What if the Amaru dies?
Well,
then it's over.
That's what I was going to say. Some teams, what they'll do is, instead of having the Amaru going with the diffuser, they'll fully commit to the CEO repel. The player can still hop out, but the Amaru will go in the projector window and try and go for the backstab inside of the site as a fun little addition. So, you might be asking, what if the Amaru dies? Well, you know, at least he doesn't have diffuser.
I might not be asking that. I literally asked that. I don't know if
He
I
did ask that, Potter.
I don't know if I could be any clearer.
So he can't hear. So you're right. How do you hear in this thing? Well,
I don't know.
he doesn't.
Apparently doesn't.
Production, this headset's not working. I'm gonna need new one. Here's that.
It is working, by the way. We're all good.
Production's on high alert now. Like, oh no. Get somebody over there.
The entire warehouse just went.
Alarm bells start going off.
DEFCON 5, DEFCON 5, Lakes' headset's down.
Wee woo, wee woo.
So that's not gonna work.
They're
There
double
we
jammed?
go.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, he missed. It didn't. He missed it.
Sweet.
Wait,
Sweet.
again? Oh. What? What?
He's trying to. It's like an incense.
He can't find Okay, there we go. Okay.
Hey!
To be fair, it was on the table. That is actually kind of...
If you don't ask about the tables, okay?
They're not wet, I hear.
No, they're not wet tables.
He lost to Dark Zero.
Whoa! I don't know how you run your show,
That's a low blow.
but we don't give spoilers anymore, so we're all in agreement.
The match ended about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah,
That's so much time, isn't it?
it isn't. Nina died first, by the way, so Liquid gets another opening pick, and they'll do so on defense of this consulate map.
Also, that was a change to Anna, right? She got EMPs now, more supportive-oriented operator. So you can Gemini clone, you can EMP, help your inches, of course. There we go, fish slice into bomb side.
And he's still around.
I mean, Washoy got a kill. Fishlight dies, resets. Had a very good first map. We'll see if he can pick it up. Maya's also gone.
This is winnable off 1v1s.
Oh, absolutely, maybe not.
Okay. This is still winnable off 1v1s. They could physically win it. Rek could win the fight with the guy behind the shield. Tayu wins the fight with the Solus. There's something here.
Loading new mag. I don't know if he's got the... Yeah, he's got a confirmation that he's got the down now. There's the red ping. Nesk might be able to do nothing.
Nothing.
Rek comes in for the cleanup, and Tayu gives SCARZ their first round,
Hey.
and that's a much-needed victory.
Hey, buddy, where's your consulate defense now, partner? Hey, where's it at? I don't see one for Liquid.
I was gonna say, I don't know what happened that round. All of a sudden, we saw 3 different attackers inside the bomb site, and they could retaking, but no one planted, nobody traded, nobody was there. It was the 1v1s, and you're right. They could win off those individual engagements.
They've got it, okay? Some people got it and some people don't, and when you got it, you can't turn it off. SCARZ able to hit their shots in that round to get a potentially, in all seriousness, very important attack and round. In the grand scheme of things, we hammered on how picking consulate, giving your opponent the side selection, they're going to pick defense, is going to be a bit difficult. But getting that first attack, we've still got 5. We've still got 5 to go, but get off the box.
No.
You're out of frame.
We're gonna get you down the box.
Okay,
Grab his arm.
Let's get this.
Grab
Get
his
him. Get him.
On the ground. Down, on the ground. It's a 2-man show now. Car ramping in the house.
So anyway, Nick, so as we can see, Nina changing attacker re-picking to the Amaru away from
Again.
the Jackal. Again, as you
Worked
said,
last time.
he's going to actually Gara hook down the split hatch.
Colder
Down the
down
hatch.
here.
What was that?
It's colder.
Was there somebody?
It's colder down here.
Wait, why are you in the... What are you doing
You
down
did
there?
this. You did
No.
So it's a split defense, and as you can see, we got 3 C4s and a Solus to hold from above.
A lot of intel.
A lot of intel, a lot of positionings. He's back online, by the way. He's back up.
I'm wired in. Please proceed.
I will. Nick, let's continue with our 2-man show. On the split site, what do you have? Let's run it through. C4's down below.
Yeah.
Solus usually up above.
True.
You have the Pulse on the opposite side,
Also
feeding
correct.
intel.
Yeah.
And Maya on the Solus too. Remember, he was at like, what was it, 13-3?
Also, quiz time. Is this the only split bombs at the game? Yes or no?
Yes.
It is. You're right. Some people don't know that because we used to have multiple.
That was before my time.
Oh, you're too young. I forget about this.
What was
Yeah.
the other split bomb site?
Oh, don't do this to me. It's a long time ago. I'm thinking for House had it back in the day.
Shut up.
House.
I don't care about House.
That was like 9 years ago, but who, you know.
Yeah, sweet. You were playing Farmers. Yeah, real.
I was a farmer.
Rek is, by the way...
Hereford has the bomb side. Thank you very much, medics. You know Hereford before the rework? No, you don't.
Yes, I'm aware. Maya and Nesk on for 2. He's still holding on to this top 4.
He's very young, admittedly. There was a major life moment he wasn't alive for.
It was a back push of mine.
Which I am legally prohibited from talking about.
Fish like now with one potentially impactless hold up. 1v3 now. 1v1. He's eating him up like krill. He's like a balloon
very
whale.
fish. That's fish-like.
That is fish-like. That's a man. Unfortunately, whales are mammals.
They're not fish.
Yeah, kind of.
But
they are fish-like.
For this.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Oh man.
Ultimately, a very challenging round to win for fish-like. If we're being completely sincere.
With the pulse on the board too. They know where he's pushing.
Well, I mean, you've got the 2 of the strongest players on Liquid off the board. So, I mean, you've got the supporting cast to deal with, but you still got Palu. Still got 3 smokes, 45 seconds. Holds on. Ooh! Palu finishes. Tie game. 1 rounds each.
Just like what we saw, by the way, on Nighthaven. Like, I mean, in the grand scheme of SCARZ, 2 maps so far. Round 7 on Nighthaven, definitely the strongest attack we've seen on both maps. But here we have at least a win. They're able to contest, or I suppose confront Liquid on gun skill and win on their own terms. And then we followed up with, again, what is there really for SCARZ? They find a gap, to be fair, over by admin. The Soulless, which I thought would be an admin, is all the way on the opposite side of the map, Nick. And then they feed 1v1s to Liquid again.
The thing is, some bomb sites, like that split bomb site, it's not all that common necessarily. It can be hard to tackle not knowing and have that experience against it, but you're right. Here, 3 separate 1v1s with no trade game and no droning. This leads to SCARZ falling by the wayside.
I will say something. We're the only match going on right now. It is very quiet in here.
It is once.
We've seen a lot of teams try to muster up as much energy as humanly possible by screaming at each other and, keeping energy levels high, keeping motivation high. DZ was a big culprit of that. SSG, they're not here anymore. They were a big culprit of that. We see most of the Brazilian teams are quite loud. Neither of these teams are really speaking all that much. We are within earshot of the bullpen. So we can hear these teams clearly.
Trust us, when they're loud, we can hear.
Oh, 100%. And it bleeds through on the microphones as well. You can actually hear it in the microphones and on the broadcast when teams scream. And
it's a 4D experience.
Is that really 4-dimensional? I don't think that is.
Well, there's...
I'm not a dimensionologist.
Yeah, how does that work, Carter? Break it down.
Tell us how it's
4 dimensions,
Tell
come
us
on.
how it's 40.
I'm feeling very, very boxed in.
You're the smart guy here, come on.
I actually mentioned to our makeup artist today that you at one point in time were considered one of the best players in the history, no, the best player in the history of Rainbow Six.
And I cringed.
You weren't there.
And I was there. I said it's a long time ago.
No, you weren't there.
Oh, then it's happened twice today by someone else as well.
I'm just a big fan.
Oh, no, Demo did it. Demo did it, actually.
Of
That's
course
what
Demo
happened.
did it. He's such a fan.
Okay.
Shout out to Harry Demo.
Yeah, Dempster.
It's Dempster.
Harry Demo.
Mid-end of the round, it is a bottom floor defense from Team Liquid. Very heavy on the breach denial, might I say, Nick.
Very, wait, come again. Heavy?
Heavy on the breach denial.
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't see Demos also had it. My bad. I was like, Thermite and who?
No, breach denial.
Oh, see, I got it wrong so much there. That's okay.
I'm in denial that you're even here right now.
I'm in denial of the fact that I messed it up so badly. You're right. Much breach denial from the side of Liquid, Tuberau and the Khalid. However, no impacts with the impact nerf.
True.
This TriCast was a mistake.
You did this. You invited
I
me.
wasn't going to be here.
Admittedly, it was actually my idea.
It was.
It was your idea. But if you want to talk about the Demos, I will say, Nick, he's still got all 3 of those Deathmark trackers, and where SCARZ have been successful has been taking 1v1s with Liquid. So if they can do it well-informed off of information, with the Inox scans, with the Deathmark trackers, we've got something here, especially now they've opened Garage Wall.
Yeah. They got full room map controls again, verticality. Liquid, they got the 5v5 that they might want in this round, but what's stopping SCARZ from just playing that down at the diffuser in a few seconds?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of breach.
Thank you, Parker.
They've opened up the wall. That's an irrelevant point.
Yeah, the wall is open.
The times, okay? I was on the ground.
But okay, let's be serious. Vertical control, destroying the Evil Eyes, breach open, intel for as they push into the site. This actually could be a good SCARZ round.
No, good. Toss out those smokes from the Taiyou on Thermite, run in the bomb site deep, try and get it down. Cover, of course, has to be there. There's only 1 C4 from Liquid.
I mean, you got 30 seconds left. This is about the time for an execute, but SCARZ is patiently waiting. Smokes will go down. Lines of sight cut off. And just consistently plugging away with the AA-12, but resets, doesn't hit a single thing. Swinging his
Good
kill from the
backstab.
back. Excellently done by SCARZ, and they pull off a successful defuse as well. Maya, the next one to go down for Liquid. Nesk will retake from above. He's got Palu with
What is he watching?
Nina's looking in another direction. All 3 kills so far for Liquid at the hands of Nesk. Maya has been retrieved. He'll try to ice off a retake from Washoy, who punishes Lagonis before being down by Maya. What the
I'm leaving.
ever-living
Shut up.
hell is that?
Get out of here. Shut up.
How does Palu pull that one off?
No autographs. Nope. I've had it. I'm calling it here.
I love that retake. I gotta say, it started with Deimos on the floor watching nothing, it seemed like. And then Paolo just flanks outside the building. That's not a quick run-up, by the way. That's like a solid 7 seconds, if not more, outside.
I'm gonna say this.
Okay, so
This is one of the greatest games I've ever seen.
They had it taken. It was a good attack.
I mean,
That was a good attack.
We set it up. They did exactly what we thought they were going to do and more. The backstab right there. It was a 1-for-1 trade, which isn't amazing, but it's enough in that round. But then Nesk is hitting these ridiculous shots.
Defender has been discovered.
It really is. Yeah, this is. That's so funny. It really is all onto Nesk's individual performance.
Yes,
Obviously,
yes.
Nina, a bit confusing coverage on that spiral staircase, but then he hits a really nice shot afterwards on the player who's trying to get that trade. So, good play overall from Nesk individually. That player we highlighted earlier, who you guys might not be aware of this, he's pretty good, and he's often got Liquid over the line in a lot of big games over the course of his career. A bad time for him. No.
No. Oh,
Well, I mean, yes,
the
but
other
not
star
who I
player.
was talking to right now.
Oh.
He's having some real difficulties figuring out what you're talking
You're
about.
reading comprehension.
It's the accent,
Listening
man.
comprehension.
Reading comprehension. Listening.
I'm reading your words right now.
That's-
Medics just called you stupid.
Again, medics, what was that?
Medics, okay, you've got a lot of enemies on the broadcast right now. Parker egoed you, and now you just insulted Nick. You
He's
better
not even
treat
talking
me
back
nicely.
to me. He's quiet in my ear.
He's scared. He's scared of one of the best players in Rainbow Six history.
I'm gonna fight for this.
Back with the Amaru.
0-3 Nina, maybe not the one to handle this operator. I pointed out the other day, why are there 4 uses of the Gara hook? We all know you use it once.
Well, no, they made it 3 years ago, and they said we've got these consulate changes in the pipeline. Now,
Tayu's off to the races, by the way, and a full roam clear on the top floor now as we're about a minute into action. Mute jammer dealt with, but
do they know
shield?
he's here?
Well, of course they have ears. You think Maya doesn't hear the
No, I mean, just the blitz, no Maya's here.
Oh. Reading comprehension.
Can I read? Yeah.
Tayu's still there.
I mean, they could just get away with a half clear if they wanted and just plan inside a piano. But they don't have a Nomad to lock it off. They got the track stingers, but I don't think there's any track stingers on that door.
They used 4 B canisters from Grim though. Like that's a big commitment, half the round, and lose opening pick.
They used 4 on the clear.
I mean, you've used 4 of the Grimbies. You've used all of the track stingers. You still got half of the round to go, and you're not even close to pulling off.
And you only half take and lose a player.
You know the best part too? There was nobody even Liquid inside a CEO.
No,
they had all backed off to admin. Well,
there was an attempt.
And they got a 4v5.
And Nina died, by the way, as the Amaru. So 1 Gara hook and...
And the unfortunate thing, too, okay, well, they actually have 3 grenades. So they can open this castle barricade and go into the site, but in the man disadvantage, Resets and Co. could retake top floor because they're still here. So flank watching on this top floor, this is looking like a Liquid round in all likelihood.
Yeah, I mean, the shield is obviously going to be the biggest factor. If Tayu can get in, the Super Shorty being used to open up that soft wall, if Tayu can get in and survive, then things will probably go well. Resets will open up some of the floor. Maya dies. Fish-like still upstairs. Maya spent an awful lot of time on long desk. There go the smokes, and amidst it, Tayu pulling off the plant. There's the Soulless down below. Lagonis rushes up. He's fighting demons. There's a red mark there, but there's nobody to be found. You got the blitz. Diffuser does not go down. Liquid end up solving that problem in the final moments. But now you've got to deal with the remaining players. 1 kill for Palu before he gets traded off immediately by Washoy. That's all up to Lagonis. 1 kill so far for Lagonis. Last E1D and last pod of Bs will go out and look at this angle, but Lagonis dies from the side. He thinks Washoy's in the other direction, but he gets hit in the one place he wasn't looking. A big round for SCARZ.
Where's your defensive side of skyscraper?
We're playing console, Carter.
I'm gonna.
I know where you're going with this, okay? I get it.
It's been a long couple days.
It's been a long couple days. You're off the clock as well. You're not supposed to be working.
I am on the clock. I get paid by the day.
Yeah, but you're done working for the day by the schedule, you know?
Sorry.
It's by choice.
Sorry, my Prada's at the cleaners.
Don't finish the rest of that.
But seriously, SCARZ now, I've said but seriously so many times this series.
But seriously.
But seriously.
But SCARZ are at 2 attacks now on a side that we thought was going to be very difficult, maybe even a 5-1 half for Liquid, when at the beginning of the series, it seemed, especially as we can see, 4 opening picks in a row for Liquid, that they were hot, that they were going to be able to contest very, very well. And SCARZ are able to just win a very hectic Flood 1 round, set up for a decent execute that time, even if the coverage was a little lackluster. They get the man advantage, especially Fishlight covering up above, might I add. They've got 2. We potentially have a ball game now.
Have you noticed that Liquid have done this thing now a couple of times where they cancel Barricade off the bomb site multiple times? And we don't see that all that often, and actually it works out pretty well for SCARZ because they keep bringing 4 nades every single round, which is pretty much unheard of in the current meta of Siege. Same with playing Gridlock now 2 rounds in a row. What's up with that?
Well, they could go for the track stingers on the flank. We also see them used, as you can see right there, they're also used very often to kind of lock down retakes when the defense try and move up. On this particular side right here, you can use the track stingers, place it close on that corner to then stop anybody when they actually swing around to deny the defuse, make it a lot slower and have them take damage when they go for that swing. And compounded with the Grim Bees, the EE1Ds, it makes it hard to move, and you're probably going to be revealed if you move once SCARZ actually go for that execute.
Track stingers out!
Does look like a CEO-oriented Yellowstairs take here.
Well, they've used him off the flank, so what do I know?
I mean, maybe next time, you know?
I think you know a lot.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. We fist bumped.
You did?
Didn't pick up on camera. On mic.
No, because the last time we were on camera, I got hauled off Shadow Realm.
Do you guys see what it's like to be me, by the way? This is what it's like in the green room and on cast. It's just every little mistake I make, it's like...
I complimented you. I didn't...
You're doing great, Carter.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Nina with the backstab, Maru into admin.
And Nina's played Amaru 3 times.
True.
Has 0 kills.
Also true.
And when you're on an operator like this, it's very little value. Oh. Come on, Nina.
Only the Pinta and the Santa Maria to try and get this kill.
Excellent. A great quote. Nesca's getting droned down and finished off by Nina, who breaks the ice and gets first kill. All consulate. Palu with 2, though, and now Lagonis will fight from just outside of admin. Down goes Maya.
What is happening?
The Blitz is by himself.
Is he BMing him?
Oh,
yep.
wow. That's so rude.
I thought it was very funny.
Fish likes in sight.
Oh, smoked.
Now it's Reset's turn to take some damage. Up at the top of Yellow Stairs, how nice of Nina open up a small opening that will be used by Resets and Fishlike, who's been having an outstanding game. Fishlike, usually at the bottom of the standings for SCARZ, carrying this team on his back, not unlike the Diffuser. Plant going down, there's a Toxic Canister, and the 2 remaining players from Liquid will now coalesce around this bomb site. Fishlike pops up. Oh no, finally gets it, but it's a bit of a sloppy play, and Resets will get the final kill. Right as Lagonis hops on the Diffuser, and the counter disable is good. 30 seconds still on the clock, plenty of time for Liquid with the objective running, and Liquid will regain the lead.
How about that consular defense, Carter?
Oh, they guaranteed at least a 3-3 half. SCARZ could still tie the game, buddy.
Don't buddy me, all right, pal?
Listen, friendo, we're gonna have a lot of problems, okay? Especially if SCARZ end up getting it. Do you see how close that was?
I see how close that was.
That was a 2v2 before Nina opened up a hole for Resets to shoot him through.
But you know what? Liquid, they've been saving one player this entire tournament to pop off at the right time. Lagonis. On the attacking side, no more Heartbreach, no Shield Operator, Ash ACOG entry with Nestroni for him. That's what they're gonna do to beat SCARZ.
I don't think you're being serious right now.
But seriously, no, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
But it would be cool, actually. Imagine Lagonis has, like, his hero moment where he just has a pop-off game and plays entry every round.
Can you imagine Lagonis has a hero game when they're up 3-2 on the second map and they won the previous one? It's not really a hero moment. They don't need saving.
As long as you win, you're a hero. That's how it goes. You can be you know, best of 5. You're off 2 maps, and it's like
You
the
hear this
final-
guy? He's saying everybody can be a winner, okay? You're not just rewarded for participation.
We're all
in this
winners.
day and age.
We're all watching
Look,
Siege.
you know why your generation's so bad? You all
this
hand
old
each other
man.
participation trophies. Everybody needs to win.
Back in my day, you only got a medal for winning. That's Parker, not me.
That was a great impression. It's like he was in my ear. It's like I could read what he was saying.
It's hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing the bit.
Yeah, it was a callback.
Oh,
Speaking of castling off the bomb site, this was one example on this bomb site, Nick, that we saw where they did castle the bottom yellow door, if I recall correctly, and I can see it right now. You guys can't. It's actually barricaded this time. Well, you guys can see I'm talking to the... breaking the fourth wall.
who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the audience.
Oh.
Yeah, it's barricaded this time.
What do you mean, guys? All one gender? You don't think we have a diverse audience?
No, I do. It's just a broad term. I can say chat.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. He got there in the end. Not my streamer, but hey.
I don't really stream.
No, that's what I mean. I wish you.
That's not true. I think what you do is close to streaming. I've watched your streams.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We did a watch party the other day together.
Yeah. 50% of my viewers right here.
I actually didn't watch it. Because I was streaming myself.
Palu getting flashbanged inside a projector at the moment. A roam clear to try to cut down this castle. Nobody really following up off of the utility usage from those flashes.
It's a bad spot to be in if you're Tayu.
Oh.
Fish like walking in. Nina with another kill.
What?
Rare Nook. Oh my. Okay. Exothermic charge burn to open up the castle barricade. Fish like with the secondary out for Deimos. You know how much damage it does. Down goes Palu. Resets was the next one to take some damage. That SMG-11 will be the full weapon. And there goes the Deimos.
Another
Multiple multi-kills from Resets so far, and could have another now playing around long desk as the Bucket with Shoy is in hot pursuit and wins the fight. It's all Lagonis.
Lagonis. Lagonis. Lagonis. Lagonis. Lagonis.
All right, well, he's kind of a
He's
ways
not
away.
peeking.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not peeking.
I'm not doing that for another 50 seconds.
Lagonis.
Oh, no!
Lagonis. Oh, he's off again.
Oh, he fell back down.
So now Tayu, reset here, right? Reset.
No flashbangs, by the way.
No adrenaline. Lagonis to the retake.
No, they're on a collision course.
Lagonis.
Lagonis. Come on. You're drunk.
Lagonis.
That's my goat, baby.
I told you, he's hero
Big
moment.
dog.
Told you, man. Hero moment right there.
This is one of those things where now we're loud enough that the players can probably hear us.
They're like, why are they saying Lagonis' name in a 1v1?
Resets is looking up like, what the hell was that?
That wasn't us saying his name. I don't understand.
Which, by the way, beep, 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 beep.
We have a call in. Gabriel, please, what do you have to say?
Well, I mean, I wanted to. I mean, you guys are great. I got to say that, but I want to talk about SCARZ here specifically, and for the chat to be watching for specifically in these next coming rounds. That when they play together, whether that's on defense or attack, that's actually where they find success. But every time you see them do individual plays, that is where they are not finding success. Obviously, in this situation, this was a close one. They did pair up together in the end, but they fell short. Obviously, getting on that camp. But if they can just play together, whether that's on site together, on a roam together, we can possibly see this going to a third map. But that is it for me. I'll let you guys get back to your biased host of, your cast of Lagotness, as we call him. I'll let it get back to you guys.
I don't think we're biased in the slightest.
No, not at all.
No.
I think
It's very normal for
to hype
casters to
people up.
chant somebody's name for a minute straight.
I'm just here for the violence.
From Lagonis.
Well, from anybody. It's Liquid doing more. Liquid surviving the first half, and not just surviving, but some would even say thriving. A 4-2 scoreline.
We support the winning team. It's that simple, no?
I always cheer for the team that ends up winning.
Exactly. Biggest hater and biggest fan.
Correct.
Yeah.
But who's going to be the biggest loser in this matchup? That's the ultimate question. Who will go home at the end of the day? Will SCARZ be able to come back? On the defensive side, Gabe has set the win condition as coordination, fueled by communication.
Yeah.
But will there be facilitation of any entries for SCARZ in this early round, as Liquid had a stranglehold the first 4 rounds? But Nick, they've come back in the past couple, win or lose, and unfortunately lose both times. But at least they're getting something.
the thing is, SCARZ left Monty open, didn't play the single round themselves, and we know that Lagonis love to bring out this operator to speed up the rounds on the injury side of things, not because he becomes the injury, but to enable Maya and Nesk or Paolo behind that shield operator to find kills around the map. And Consulate, it's a bunch of squared rooms, relatively long lines of sight, multiple crossfires. Monty can block off one of those, enable somebody behind him, and just progress throughout the map.
Changing mags.
Especially if you have that Deimos kind of giving intel to any of the guns behind him. When the Monty's pressuring, if that Deimos is behind him in particular, he can really capitalize off of that pressure created by the Monty. Nice little drone from Maya right there, spotting fish like upstairs in CEO. It is the bomb site after all, but we've got a Buck and Deimos below. They can get something with it.
I don't know if he got... He did not get... He doesn't know he got droned. He has no idea. They don't know that they've got this pesky drone, yeah.
We can actually see it on the screen.
Yeah.
Got the outline, though.
You get tunnel vision.
He's wired.
No! There's no way loses that fight when they have that information, right? Oh! Well, see, so they have a drone in there. Uh-oh. Bonk!
Lagonis.
He's saying Monty, guys. Come on.
That's true. But it's a 5v3 for Liquid. They basically cleared out the site. Tayu's all the way pushed back. This should be a plant for Liquid.
Yeah, you can B, rappel in, get down a diffuser. 2 C4s, though, so SCARZ could get a kill or two here.
Oh, my. An unenviable position for Wishoy, who surely hears this go down.
Good C4.
Tayu's got the C4 from below. Resets, dies. Lagonis could easily deal with this. Goyo, but has to be wary. As his feet are a little bit exposed, the swing, Maya's there. Rek dies because Maya takes matters into his own hands, and a triple, baby. For Maya, Liquid taking their lead and growing it even further, now up 5-2.
We're getting close to Maya's deciding he wants to end the game territory with that.
You know, Medic said that to me.
And you said that to me, and I've said it to chat.
And I just heard it.
Good reading comprehension on your part.
Tactical timeout from SCARZ. I will say this much. After that very first map, SCARZ were waiting by where I went to go grab a coffee, of course, because I wanted to stay energized.
You know, as you do at 8:44 p.m. local
Yeah, that's
time.
very normal.
I am the kind of person where coffee doesn't do anything for me. I can drink coffee at like
So
midnight.
you're just
why
an
do you get it?
addict.
Because it tastes good.
You got Starbucks. It doesn't taste good.
They don't sponsor
They don't sponsor us. They don't pay us for this.
What do you think SCARZ is saying on this timeout?
Yeah, please break it down in Japanese.
I was about to say, I don't speak Japanese, unfortunately.
Why is he here?
Is that why you guys hired me?
We thought that you understood.
Arigato, Kara-san. That's as far as I can go.
I actually know what that means. That means thank you, Carter.
Yep.
What do you think they're saying?
Well, I mean, they're probably saying, as our favorite player, Laxing, has advised many in the past, the key is coordination. We need to be playing together.
Hold on, if you're Laxing, this is how you play Consulate. You spend 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the basement. And then when you're in a 1v4, you run up yellow stairs and die immediately.
He gets at least one kill at a time.
Hold on, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Sorry, hold on a second.
First off, I clutch it. I get a 1v5 ace.
Oh?
Has that happened?
I don't think...
There you go.
Oh, against Tempo Storm.
Don't, guys. It was
Tempo Storm. Against Tempo Storm. Sorry, hard competition.
Farmers League.
Well, I don't know. It was against Tempo Storm, guys.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Who was on that roster again? Do you even remember? Who was on that roster?
Creators on that roster.
Good start. That's one. No, good start.
Who else?
Crazy.
Oh, the Crazy.
He was on that roster.
Yeah.
Okay.
2?
Dream? Was Dream on that roster?
No, what? Really?
Yeah, he was. I got 3 fifths. All you bozos need to catch up.
You get the last 2.
I've got no idea.
No, you got the majority already.
I don't.
We were praising Laxing.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to take any of this way too seriously.
Split bomb site. No, it's not the split bomb site. Sorry, it's lobby.
The only split bomb site in the game. But it's not this one.
If
you literally have, Carter, you have a screen in front of you that shows the bomb site. What is this? What is...
Amateur. What? They trade?
How does...
Nervous laughter.
How do you do that?
Oh no!
Oh, yeah, you should be sad. You deserve to be sad for that one.
I like this camaraderie in chat, in all chat. not you.
No.
We don't know. What do you think Twitch chat's saying? These guys are annoying.
Lagonis.
Can they be serious for a second?
Lagonis.
Let's be serious for a minute and 40 seconds. How about that? So, we obviously have the buck in the cards. Maya can go for that vertical destruction, but SCARZ are holding on to it very actively, Nick.
Yeah, but the thing is, Rek's almost dead now. He's the piano player. He's gonna fall back now and surrender that map control. Liquid, from a top-down perspective here with the buck, can get a lot of vertical damage done, force Thorns back, then take piano.
And it was Maya.
Great
the retake
shutdown.
from Nina. Getting rid of Nesk. Maya still trailing Nesk in terms of team leading kills.
And Liquid, I think, unfortunately, trailing SCARZ. Hey, actually, Gabe.
There's a wall!
I was about to say trailing SCARZ in coordination. It is very singular pushes by Liquid all across the map at the moment. Nesk, Palu, resets, well, not resets, he got jumped out on. Nesk and Palu pushing things separately right now. Maya trying to clear up above with that buck, but what do you have now in the 2v4, aside from 6 flashbangs?
Maya's still in a decent spot here. The problem is that Lagonis has no other help, right? So at this point, with 45 seconds left and 4 players on SCARZ, the chances of him being able to pull off a successful plant and then a successful post-plant have basically evaporated, unless you can get 1 to 2 picks very quickly, and then Maya can hold the remaining players from SCARZ at bay, but obviously that's easier said than done.
Maybe if Lagonis had smoke grenades, but it's flashbangs instead, so they can't get down any coverage, so just go for kills here.
And he's gonna get swung on and somehow win the flash, helping quite a lot. Maya needs to get in a position and needs to hurry. Final 20 seconds, and Rek is easily killable as well with his HP.
Yeah, I was about to say, on yellow, they could flash this. They might be able to get a 2v2 here.
Look at Rek playing on Pillar, watching this with the shotgun out, but the cam is still up. Maya knows he's there. All the information, though. The cam is ultimately going to be the bigger deal. Lagonis with 1, but just no time whatsoever. They already knew you were on yellow. Why don't you take out the cam? Maybe you don't want to give yourself away, but you just got to kill in that position. They're aware of you. A very perplexing start to that round with whatever the hell was going on with Fishlike and resets.
Well, yeah, obviously that was peculiar 4v4. They clearly were not too happy about it in the chat. But then afterwards, basically everything after the set of engagement, let's appreciate that.
Bonk.
Oh! I actually cannot believe that was it.
He wins that 1v1. That's his win.
That is. He owns that spawn peak.
Yep.
He owns that jump out. But after that point, we've got a minute, 10 seconds left, and Nesk is on his own mission on yellow stairs. Palu's on his own mission, main lobby. They're trying to find gaps. And to SCARZ' credit, there really weren't that many. They had yellow stairs on lock, especially.
No, yeah, they did a good job at locking things down, but did you see how Palu died?
Oh,
He was on spiral, holding on the staircase, right? Turns around, runs into the wall, gets shot in the back. Miss input, right? He doesn't really understand where he is on the map, and I think that was the bigger issue. Had Paolo gotten into lobby safe and sound, that's a 3-4 that I think was a lot more winnable for Liquid, having that extra gun for cover, because without it, they cannot go for the plan attempt, just force it in yellow stairs. We saw what happened there, not a victory for them.
Especially that being Palu, one of the main players on Liquid that actually likes to go for those backstabs.
I messed up the mute button. I thought that was my box. Dez did that to Ace on EUL. I don't know if you saw that clip. That's an excellent clip.
Oh, I see that, yeah.
He muted Ace's mic and didn't tell him, and then Ace just starts talking, and Dez just bursts out laughing. I got you so good.
I was confused for a second.
I literally was making a serious cogent point, too. I was like, losing Palu, who's one of like your main flankers on Liquid in that position.
Give it a rest.
I get a job.
I mean,
we're all working.
We're all working.
That's true. We're all working right now. We're making money right now.
I'm making money right now. Snap.
Liquids, are you going to snap the case shut on SCARZ as we move into round 9? We've opened up the bot. We've opened up a hole in the garage wall. Mute Jammer's a little pesky, unfortunately.
Are you on the team? Do you think you're on the team?
Bro, I think he's on the team.
And that's right. It's Liquid, bro. We don't speak Portuguese.
I'm trying to keep it together. I'm holding this cast together like I'm Spider-Man with the ship.
With the ship.
You know what the funny thing is that Nick also...
Has this been funny to you?
Nick did this. Nick has done this a lot, where he will talk as if he's on the team, and I'll roast him, but he's worked really hard to stop doing that, and now you're doing it, and now Nick is getting to do exactly what I did to him.
Well,
it was good, man.
We spent a minute and a half tackling this garage problem.
We spent a minute and a half.
Yep. All right, fine. Liquid have spent a minute and a half tackling this garage problem, which they've got a couple breaches open there, but are they just going to try to flood in off the Ying? What's the bait? What's the game plan here, though, even after the bait?
Well, the one thing is that if they're trying to get SCARZ to move, they're not doing a very good job of it, right? SCARZ is actually reading into this quite effectively. because you see all of this presence, all this stuff being thrown on the window, you think it's going to be an execute. But they stand pat for the time being. Polly dies early. Fishlike only loses half his HP. 11 kills for Fishlike, by the way.
Liquid have also left down below, by the way, so Nina or anybody with these C4s, the Solus as well, could just rotate down below and deny the plant if Liquid try to go for it.
Yeah, I think they died on it. They didn't just like quite leave it, but Fishlike got that opening pick, for example. But yeah, but with the Pulse, the Solus, and the Valkyrie, they would know if Liquid were going for a plant here, so they can just sit back and wait for Liquid to make that mistake, then punish them.
And honestly, you're not going to get a lot of information. You've noticed that a couple SCARZ players are playing in and around Mute Jammers. He's about to get siege timing. No!
Oh, that's 3 people?
No! Oh, he manages to at least drag down Lagonis before he himself disappears. You've at least still got Fishlike on the board, so not all hope is lost in terms of kills. Only 20 seconds left, and there's no urgency whatsoever. Wreck! Don't worry. It's all up to resets now with 10 seconds to go. Lagonis is dead. We're not chanting for Lagonis. Resets almost dead. No time. SCARZ putting together an impressive couple rounds after using their timeout, and they are within striking distance of tying this game.
What was Liquid's game plan? Really,
I
what
was
the
gonna
game
say the
plan?
same thing. Like the one true win condition they had was like the Yink and Deadass get in the bomb site or get some kills with it. They tossed them all out and then they didn't do anything with it. Then they died downstairs in basement, and then again they just go yellow top floor down the staircase. They trade successfully, but then after that nothing happens.
And if they had actually cleared out the site with those Candelas, the 3-man stack down yellow is a really good idea. A shotgun is very commonly played there. If you just funnel them one after a time, you look very silly, but if you've actually cleared out the site, maybe taking down Fishlike earlier on, that's a good way to go 1-for-1. Just brute force that position, get the control, but as you said, the Candelas weren't really made good use of. The site was still very much in the hands of SCARZ. We've had a string of actually questionable attacks from Liquid where the game plan and the win condition is very unclear.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I just saw in the replay there, I looked at the operator lineup from Liquid. They had no self-destructions. They had CO control, top floor control, fully from the side of Liquid. They couldn't do anything with it. That's why they walked down the yellow staircase. But if they had a bug or a ram or a sledge or just something, they could have denied most of those player positions from SCARZ that shut down their side push later in the round.
Glad we see Maya back on the buck then. It's kind of crazy that the one round where really vertical destruction would have been greatly appreciated, the Operator Maya has been playing consistently throughout this series. We've seen him on, Twitch during one big round on Nighthaven, but I've at least felt like he's been playing Buck extremely consistently throughout the half so far. So it's good to see him back on the Operator, especially, hey guys, split bomb site.
Only one in the game?
Only one in the game, and I can see it with my own two eyes.
That's good.
Why'd you stutter as if you have less than 2 eyes?
I thought I was going to sneeze, so I had to stop.
Part of why I invited you on this TriCast is to save my voice, and we've done a lot of screaming and laughing, and it is absolutely
Whose fault is that?
I'm with Card on this one. Whose fault is that?
I wasn't saying I was innocent.
It was implied.
I wasn't looking to offload blame.
You're looking at
I was saying that I had good intentions, and they have turned out... He thought he had an angle on it. I'm sure he's like, watch this. I'm going to smoke him off the roof.
Toss the C4 up. Oh, I don't have a C4. I'm lucky.
It's a Solus.
All right.
All right.
Maya with a hot drone ahead of him.
You're the same guy who said the thing about the goo mines, so I'm just making sure you know.
I am trying.
Why don't they see goo mines on an IQ scan?
I tried to set up Fishlike's death right there, and you've interrupted me.
Best player, by the way, on SCARZ, now dead.
12-9, now dead.
That's correct.
That's true.
And now 5v4 for Liquid. We've talked about issues with them identifying win conditions and problem solving. It's a lot easier when you've got the man advantage up. Even if you don't identify one, at least you can trade the man count down.
I do think this bomb site is like deceptively hard to attack, though. It seems very simple on paper, but so many things have to go right. Dealing with the verticality, like the 3 C4s. Do you try and drop down the hatch and like create chaos in the basement, or do you just like pray that they miss the C4s, for example? Many different ways to approach it.
It's probably one of the easiest 4v5s you could win, honestly, because most teams end up just defaulting at the beginning of the round to committing to a plant inside of tellers. And even in the 4v5, you've got the 3 C4s, you've got the Pulse, you've got the Solus, and Washoy very well. I was going to say expertly holding down yellow stairs, but he's pushed up into Nesk, who is waiting for him to peek. You don't need to take this fight, man. You don't need to take it. You've got the win conditions in hand.
I mean, look at Nesk's HP, though. Washoy could have easily tried to throw out both those impacts and would have killed Nesk, frankly, but he might not have information as to where Nesk is at. Now, instead, you're going to send 2 bodies after this. Small lag.
No Solus anymore. That's unfortunate.
Wreck prone upstairs inside of Visa.
they've got man advantage to count for this. Even if you ride in this position, they got to line up for you. Oh, they're just flooding down below. I actually love this call from Liquid.
Yeah, because all you got left to really deal with you is the pulse with the Nitro Cell. If you can clean up the pulse, then you've got 2 players that you don't know where they are. They've got Nitro Cells as well. Tayu eliminating Palu. Advantage still for Liquid. Legonis is in the middle of the side, and they just don't have coverage. Maya's down below, but it's way too late. There goes the pulse. Tayu is dead. It's all up to Rek to flank.
Oh, he's got this.
Diffuser going down. Can Rek stop it? Vaulting over. Yes! What a heartbreaking loss for Liquid. Huge moment from SCARZ.
I thought they were committing to the clear down below. We see, it was 3 players down below, right?
Yeah.
It was 3 players, then all of a sudden, in a split second, Legonis is back upstairs. Palu's the only guy down below. Oh my God, Maya's dropping in the middle of the site, trying to go for the kills down below, which I like that backstab from Maya.
And while that happened, where was Rek? Proning inside of Visa, letting all that happen to his teammates just to save the round in the end.
It works out. It's a gamble that pays off.
Very big gamble.
I mean, it's the classic case of ratting, right? It's like, if you don't get any impact, you look like a fool. But if you do, you might end up winning the round in this case. And they forced the tactical timeout from Liquid. They've tied the game. It's 5-5 now. We actually do have a ball game on our hands.
The 5-5 scoreline is so real, especially because Liquid is on the attacking side. Like, one small thing goes wrong in some of these rounds, that is pretty much round over. Liquid, they tried the Muncie. Without the Muncie, they tried the quick entries, the slow entries. It's not that Liquid been doing the same thing and sometimes it works. It's that they've been trying to adapt and adjust, and it just doesn't always seem to hit the mark correctly.
15 seconds to go.
Bonk. Also, slight mistiming. Maya killed the post below about 0.2 seconds after C4 went off.
Where was Nesk, by the way, while all that was happening?
That's a momentum booster right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I mean, I was going to say this a couple rounds ago. Obviously, now that I say it, you guys are both going to say that I'm only saying it because of what happened.
Let's hear him.
2 rounds ago, I was going to say, you know what would be perfect? If Liquid just, right now, they're demolishing SCARZ, if they just totally bottle this map. And they're bottling it right now.
I mean, we know Liquid is an emotional team. They always have been, and it's a good and a bad thing, because when you're winning, you're celebrating, you're enjoying the moment, living in that moment. When you're losing, though, they can lose that mental very quickly and get in their own heads, and then those individual performances that have been so good so far, they start falling off, and that's going to be the gap between Liquid winning and losing to SCARZ.
Could very well be. Could very well be if those individual performances drop off a cliff. What are we going to do? Because at least SCARZ were able to win 1 round based off of flood into sight and winning individual 1v1s. If Liquid can't find anything consistent out of that, especially since they win early on in this half, might have bank on the cards in all likelihood.
It's not present on your screen, but this is an elimination match. If Liquid lose here, it's over. They had such a dreadful start to stage 1. They managed quite an impressive comeback towards the end of the stage, and then they won the LCQs to qualify for Manchester. They made their way through play-ins, what wasn't a surety by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, they didn't have the exact best results on the first day, but this has been an unpredictable event.
Incredibly unpredictable.
The fact that Liquid is still in it is excellent, and they very easily could have won that previous round. Rek gets annihilated by Legonis.
What did I say? Legonis off hard support, become the entry when even the most, and right there, Lion. Opening kill into Rek, huge moment for him.
Well, I mean, you've only got Palu on.
Hold on, Fishlight.
Hard breach right now. Okay.
Another 1v1. Maya's holding it. It's the fight.
It's so difficult to beat these Liquid players in direct gunfights. And while we praise SCARZ for having good aim and good guns, time and time again, if you let Maya, if you let Legonis, if you let Palu fight, it's over for you. Now it's Tayu as they double up. Maya will let resets bleed out. It's Washoy with the cross. We still got half of the round to go. Oh my, Nina looks for one. Resets absorbing all of the bullets from the shotgun. And it's a big moment for Nina. But an ace clutch will need to be had as both of the kills so far are in the hands of the smoke. 3 remain for Liquid with 1 minute left on the clock. Nina will navigate the hatches on that main floor to go for a drop, but Liquid will almost surely hear it. Running upstairs, sounding like a stampede, a herd of elephants. As the diffuser goes down, Legonis, no more E1Ds. Nesk with 1 nade, Legonis with 1 nade, flashes there from Palu to try to waste time. Liquid win this. They go on to match point, series point, and it's the spiral stairs where Nina adorned the walls with the blood of Liquid. Picking one side, a nice shot on Palu. Now continuing to walk forward. This is very winnable. SMG11 in hand. Nina gets luck runs out on the 5th. Nesk sends Liquid to series point.
The indecision right there. He gets anxious, he gets antsy, he runs back around the corner, but if he had just played patient, played passive, that's another isolated 1v1. That's another chance to get match point for SCARZ.
Those ridiculous shots as well. I mean, I was thinking he's gonna get smoked when he swings bottom spot because he's not ready. He's like, his adrenaline has left his body already. He's been on 1v3 for like 50 seconds at that point. No. He smokes the person holding ankle. I think it was Palu. But Liquid, Lagonis even, really showed up when they really needed him to.
He did. We can give him that. But honestly, let's properly contextualize that Liquid round. It came down to them winning fights again.
It did.
They didn't outstrat SCARZ. When SCARZ have got the advantage and got the better of Liquid, it's when they haven't given them those early openings. It's when they haven't given them these 1v1 engagements. SCARZ are still able to out-rotate them, in that case with Nina early on. They can out-frag them in certain situations based on this failed 1vx. But when they play a bit more passive, and they aren't getting in the face of Liquid, the problem-solving from this Liquid attack isn't there consistently.
No, it's not. I mean, I will say, though, they're good at finding the gap when they are there, but whenever SCARZ, they play like a lockdown round, so let's say basement bomb site when they don't roam a whole lot, or they play top floor, for example, that's when Liquid seem to struggle more to problem solve those individual positions, and I think a big reason for that is they don't have Capital in this case. Capital is for most teams the simplest, easiest, and first choice way to deal with those corner positions that defenders can find themselves in that are hard to clear.
Not using Grim or Ying either, especially in this round. I mean, they are attacking the first floor, and we talked about the lack of the buck really hurt them on that previous attack. We've got Maya on it right here, so they can use the skeleton key to open things up and actually cause a lot of problems for SCARZ inside of the site. But they are missing all of the execute operators that we can really think of on the board. Dokbi, Capital Band, as you talked about, Grim and Ying on the board.
What's Lagonis playing?
Oh, shut up.
I said this. When it's match point, he's gonna be Ash ACOG on the entry.
Apologize.
Please, give it to me.
Nick, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about that.
Give me some more. I need more for this.
Sorry for what?
I'm not your monkey. I'm not just gonna like sit here and say
You
what
owe me
you want to
this.
say.
How old are you and you're wearing a bow tie?
I'm very sorry, okay? I'm sorry that you're hurting America.
South America.
South America.
I want to see a big round from Lagonis. I want to see... I wouldn't mind overtime in the slightest.
I would not. I'm sorry, I would not mind it either. I want to see...
Oh, I thought you were just being a big hater.
No.
Oh, that was not...
What? Was that it?
No, it looked like it was Nina who hit that. I don't know where Maya was. That was Shoy was able to find that very first pick.
It was Spiral.
There it was. Thank you.
They're playing a lot more passive now, Nick.
Yeah, they are, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when they don't give these easy opportunities for Liquid, then they start struggling.
Oh,
what is that?
Huge turning point for Nina over the last couple rounds. There goes resets. Overtime looking so likely. All 3 death marks there for Palu. Lagonis killing Nina, slaying the dragon. There goes a grenade from Palu to maybe displace somebody playing. Actually down fish like Lagonis going for 2. Use a death mark, Palu. I am begging you. You have... There we go.
You're a joke.
I was getting so mad.
Stop yelling though. Stop
He's
doing it.
got 40 seconds to do it, and Tayu's very extended over by yellow. The Malusi's also isolated. There are 1v1s Liquid can take here.
The problem
reinforce
is
the walls.
The problem is this pulse.
Oh yeah, the second window condition. Yeah, horizontal and vertical.
Third kill for Lagonis, within reach right now. A lot of quiet right now, all along the western front.
Scanny scan.
And it's onto the Malusi yet again. Try to isolate with Shoy. Could be the biggest threat of the 3 remaining, with Shoy looking in the other direction. He knows exactly where Deimos is coming from. Lagonis will have to come help. He's got Diffuser in the corner. Where is the pulse? Rex spinning around. Lagonis is completely by himself. He won't have time. Shoy with the final kill. Overtime on the board between these 2 teams. And a third map seemed unlikely just a few moments ago. But boy, oh boy, does it feel like it's coming in a hurry.
And guess who's starting on the defense?
Oh, it's
SCARZ have the benefit of the better side starting here. And it has very much been a game where SCARZ, in that final round going into this, I think they figured it out.
I was going to say, yeah.
They could still make mistakes. They absolutely could, but they had multiple win conditions. Even better, the pulse down below for one, but when they weren't taking fights with Liquid, it was when they had intel where those positions were and they were calculated and also very, very careful.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right. I think they have figured Liquid out on this map in particular. And I was going to say, the quote-unquote most likely way, and this is very obvious, that SCARZ win is if they get that defensive starting side, because overtime is a best of 3 in round count. If you start defense, you will get 2 attempts if you go all the way, and same for Liquid on the attacking side. And I was going to say for Liquid, Lagone is trying to play those entry operators, the Lion and the Ashe. I was going to say, he probably goes back to Monty now. So far, that's the case. I think Liquid want to change things up now, because that kind of previous 3-round attempt playstyle has not gotten them anywhere.
And the Monty's so good for papering over some of those issues that you have. It makes it so much simpler. You say, okay, we're struggling to identify win conditions, to clear things out. We'll bring the Monty and push where he goes. I mean, against Liquid, that's how SSG started to come back on map 2, was they were unsure of how they wanted to approach border, so they brought the Monty, they had Force to be the tip of the spear, and they roam cleared really effectively after that and won the map as a result.
Just look at Beast Coast domestically in NAL. What started Beast Coast comeback into this? It was Monty. Hot and Cold started playing Monty every single round, and Beast Coast started winning.
There's a reason I mean, obviously Shield's really strong right now, but there's a reason he can really be the saving grace, the cure-all for teams in certain situations when they are facing issues in their attacking side. SCARZ going back down to that middle floor, as you can see. I like this from Liquid opening up the breach early on, trying to deny that pulse that we saw rotate down below last time, make sure he can't C4 this time. Same could be said for the Solus, but I imagine they'll have one below, one above, as we've seen previously.
Yeah, now what I want to see this time from Liquid is that the person who's going to play outside the Garrett's breach, likely resets, don't fight the post downstairs until you're by the bomb site, because last time Liquid lost that gunfight, played the 4 versus 5, and didn't have basement control. So this time, wait for the right moment, then strike. But this right here is why Monty is so good. Normally, that's Nesk walking down the staircase in a 50-50 gunfight. Now, it's an unkillable Lagonis Monty who will just peel off those players on yellow staircase.
The previous solution was just brute forcing 3 players and overwhelming him. Now they've got Lagonis pushing him back and back and back. Yellow stairs control in the hands of the attack. And Reset's playing more passive now. He's waiting to find the heartbeat scanner in hand, and he's fed intel that Tayu's rotating over to Spiral. They know the front side of this site is likely more clear now.
Just shoot the default cam this time. That's all I really ask. All I really ask. How much information was gained by SCARZ on that previous take by Liquid because of the default cam remaining up, staring at the breach? Shield is heard, and now it's Rek, who will continue to walk away. Grenade goes out, doesn't hit Lagonis. Goodbye to Fishlight, the best player so far in terms of kills. Maya taking some damage, but he's there to finish things off, escorting Lagonis on this main floor. Diffuser going down. Flank being guarded by Maya. He sees one. That means there's only 2 more you need to worry about. Nina's gone. Washoy and Taeyu are the last 2 left. Washoyu doing some damage from above. Liquid looking for a flawless end to this round, and they'll get it. Maya with the final kill. 2 more rounds. Liquid only needs to win 1 of them and send SCARZ home.
They found the solution. They bring that Monty, and it was... Honestly, Nick, it was perfect. From beginning to end. They start on yellow stairs, they push them back down, they get that control, and you're gonna love this, always a gun behind the Monty.
Yeah, always a gun behind the Monty indeed. And I think Liquid almost, it seemed like they respected SCARZ more in that round, because again, they played how they should. Not overcommitting, not over-peeking, not going in front of the Monty, for example. It was just great intel gathering, decision making, and also Rek. They didn't have his position is Sulu there. He doesn't have any way to deal with the Monty. Those impact grenades, they've been nerfed now. You basically tickle shield operators even by directly hitting them with the impact grenades. So no real counterplay either. SCARZ lacking the foresight perhaps to guess that the Monty might be coming.
That's where your experience comes in. That's where not only reps and international matchups, which SCARZ has been to each one, but aside from that huge, unbelievable run at Copenhagen last year, it has not been very successful for SCARZ on the international stage. That is where those reps at facing substantial opponents, but also having success so you know what you're doing right, and that makes what you're doing wrong more obvious by comparison. It makes the mistakes much more apparent. Maybe we'll see that in the future, that they'll be able to adapt, but right now, when they don't, it's cost them a key defense and Liquid and attack that, up until this point, they have struggled to acquire.
To be fair, I know we always talk about like experience mattering so much, but when you play a very long match so far like this, like a 7-6er, it can be hard to keep track of what has actually happened, because if you're a pro player, you've scrimmed Consulate hundreds of times the last couple of months, and you need to figure out, okay, what's happened in this singular instance against Liquid, what arbors did they play, what bombs at order, what's their tendencies, what do they consistently do or they don't do that you can do, like, utilize against them. And you might just lose track sometimes. Oh, actually, Lagonis is a great multiplayer. He played it before, then he didn't. He might go back on it. It's hard to keep track of.
And even if you keep track, you might have Maya decide to end the game. 15-10 right now. No, but seriously, Maya 15-10 again, double-digit kills on the last map previously.
He's popping off.
He's popping off, and even if SCARZ make the right call, where Liquid have been super successful on this defensive side, and the few attacks they won was winning these gunfights. And Parker said it best, it is so hard, even in 2024, with players like Nesk very long into their career, it is still so difficult when he is feeling his skill that day to win fights against him.
No, and I mean, time and time again, it's SCARZ that can't stand up to those fights. It's not even that it's challenging, it's that SCARZ are simply not winning those engagements, right? We can speculate and say, oh, well, you know, they're not taking direct gunfights, but at the end of the day, SCARZ are trying to go for 1v1 engagements, and consistently, they lose them.
Aside from Fish like 13-12, 8 kills max across the board for the rest of the roster. That's evidence enough right there. Good utility usage, though, able to take down one of those Evil Eyes, but 3 of them in hand. Both. Well, now 2 gone, indeed. You just pointed out.
My question is, though, would it be a higher route to get the Kite Claw instead? But no, okay, they're right there in piano. That sees the Kite Claw, so that can open up now.
And keep in mind, even though this was a very, very insane retake from Liquid.
Oh! They must have got the Electric Claw then, because a second was tossed out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But remember, even though there was a crazy retake from Liquid, this was a good attack from SCARZ when they went last time. They opened up the breach, they got the vertical control, that then moved into Garage for a plant, and all of the defenders are over on the other side right now. They're positioned for a retake later on, but it's going to be late. Oh, and Fish Like's ready for it.
Providing he wins the duel, right?
Yeah.
Provided that.
Ness gets spotted from longer range.
He's not going to expect this. There's no way.
No, Tayu's taking some damage as well, and they'll double up! Fishlight gets Lagonis to start. Nesk doesn't want any of that whatsoever. Resets.
That's the future.
Knocking down Tayu, but Fishlight is still in this position. Nesk re-engages, and it's another kill for SCARZ. Looking to stay alive, but Resets is unshakable on this pillar. Maya wades through the smoke. Palu in on the fun as well. Rek and Lashoy need to win it, but Resets looks absolutely indomitable. All up to the ram. Palu firing away. He knows exactly where they're coming from, and with the sidearm out, we'll have to engage and win it at the last second. SCARZ came so close. An impressive comeback to send them to overtime. But experience and superior gunplay wins the day. Liquid move on to the final day, close to securing a spot in the playoffs.
Superior gunplay indeed. Fish like the only player to get kills on Liquid that round.
Yeah.
Everyone on the breach side losing their fights as they flood in. All that backstab is great, but when the execute falls, what does Fish like to do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when Reset started getting those kills onto the breach, I was saying, okay, maybe don't go for the flank any longer. You said it, diffuser's down. You don't have to do this anymore. But Liquid, they play both sides, 2 win conditions. If one of them works, it's gonna be all right. And that win conditions was the anchor player of Resets.
Well, this miracle run that we've seen from these teams that made it here through the play-ins, well, Liquid right now, persevering, still sticking with every single team they play against. And I'm not going to say it's a magical run for Liquid by any stretch of the imagination, because they are on the ropes day after day. But they will hang their hats on tomorrow. Will they be one of the teams that make it to the playoffs? We'll have to find out in one of those marquee matches that will go in about 20 hours or so. Lagonis, the name we chanted endlessly, is ready for an interview, and we don't want to slow him down.
Thank you very much, friends. And yes, it was a bit hectic on the casting desk through this, but also in the game. On map 2, go to Consulate, you go to overtime. What was going on there, Lagonis?
On overtime was difficult on attacks. Every time on attacks, but in Consulate it's more difficult. But like, we managed to win. I'm very happy. Like, we need to improve in this map, but at least in the last time we lost against FaZe, but now we won in Consulate. But we need to improve a little bit. But it's okay. Win, it's a win.
and you survive another elimination game. Of course, you had to go through it with G2 earlier on in Phase 1, and now in Phase 2, but you're still alive and you still have another fight to go through tomorrow. It's not a lot of time to reset between the games like this.
Yeah, we are in a long run because we came by the LCK. Like, everyone is a little bit tired, like myself a lot. But yeah, it's part of the tournament, part of the journey. So we are happy to be alive. One more day in Manchester. So yeah, I'm looking happy to play tomorrow again.
Seems like it. And here, a lot of Brazilian teams have been making it through. Maybe you can also be an extra addition to them. But is there any opponent that you're kind of really expecting to come up against tomorrow? Because we're not locked in the bracket just yet. We'll leave that to the admins later.
I don't know. Maybe Bleed, maybe. We can play against them. Yeah, if Bleed, it's a good match. Yeah.
Fair enough. Anything you'd like to say to the fans out there? Maybe they can hype you up before your match tomorrow.
So to the fans, thanks a lot for always supporting us. We are doing our best. We know, like, we lose the 2 first games on the playoffs right now, but we are still alive, so we have a little bit of chance. So we're gonna keep working and trying to bring happiness to you guys.
Muito obrigado, Legonis. Congratulations again on the win. For those watching, let's toss it to our wonderful Mr. Jesse Chick on Telestration.
A great chat with Legonis, Milos, and I wanted to show you one of my favorite rounds from that game because it was a really back and forth series. This is round number 3 from Team Liquid versus SCARZ, and I really want to show you kind of how this breaks down and how it can really go back and forth. So this is round 3, basement defense, and SCARZ are going to be going for a smoke plant inside the breach. We see the smokes going through now, we see the plant going down, but of course there's the Evil Eye, and this is the biggest problem. Of course, this Evil Eye can go through the smoke and it can deny that plant. What are they supposed to do on the side of SCARZ? Well, they've got an answer for that, and if we play it live, we can see it. They won't stop the Evil Eye, but they'll manage to take down the Maestro. There he is, way down at the hallway, and of course, the drop came down. Jackal falls through the hatch and then gets the long angle kill milliseconds before a player on the spiral stairs is able to trade the kill back and take him down. That one action manages to stop the Evil Eye from denying the plants and keep the round alive. We see the plant go down. We see it successfully happening there. So what are Team Liquid to do? Never fear, because Paul Liu is here and he's got a plan to save the day. And it might look crazy on paper, but in practice, it's very, very well done. He's gonna jump out the window, run outside, and take down Taiyu on the thermite right after he got the plant down, winning the round for his team. It was a masterful performance. They do eventually kill the rest of the players and get the disable as well. So one of the funnest rounds that we saw today, but obviously the show must go on. So congratulations for Team Liquid to win that one. We got more action going on in the studio. So let's toss it back over there to finish out the day.
Thank you very much, Jesse, and we'll see you walking up in just a second here. But Laxing, we got to see it. Yes, we predicted Liquid to take the game. However, even with Legodna saying it, a bit of difficulty on attack on Consulate to close it out until OT.
Yeah, and I think that difficulty strictly came from the fact that actually they were playing together. SCARZ was playing man advantage every single time, working together, being able to capitalize off one another, which we didn't see that on Night Haven. We did see a little glimpse of it in between these rounds in that starting half, but then towards the end, they were playing more and more concrete together, but still in the end, obviously Liquid does close it out here. I said it from the beginning, I still think Liquid showed more resilience throughout this tournament and even throughout this game, and hats off to Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed from both teams. It was clear SCARZ came into this game with a plan. They had a lot of cool ideas. They were working together. A lot of those pushes had some coordination going on from different angles. Their defenses looked strong, but in the end, Team Liquid better with that experience. They've played so many more rounds, both in their history and then also in this tournament. You can see that shining through today. That's what a great team needs. That's how you win tournaments.
They survive one more day, and of course, like we said, these two squads have tasted the main stage last year in Copenhagen, the first ever major that we've had under the Blastor 6 ecosystem. But Liquid have been too many of those main stages under different rosters, and this one is clamoring for one. Because to be very honest, they failed. They disappointed at SI. Home crowd, that stress to get to it was too much. And tomorrow they have one more opportunity. The question is, will they capture it or just let it slip?
I want to see Liquid find some success because they've had a history so far this past year and before that they've just been struggling. So I would definitely like to see them come into this and make main stage, make another presence, but it's left up to question, will they be able to run through tomorrow?
And let's take a look at tomorrow. And of course, our bracket overall, how it has kind of been updated as we know exactly the teams that have been eliminated today. SCARZ, Into the Breach, and Cyclops Osaka. Thank you very much for joining us in this major. It's been a pleasure having all of you. Of course, they're joining E1 and SSG eliminated. However, Secret and Furia already are through. M80, FaZe, and Dark Zero qualify today. And so what happens tomorrow? We got a lot of stuff on the line. Bliss play BDS, Bleed play Liquid, and of course Beast Coast up against Talon, PSG Talon, to see who makes it past into the main stage.
6 regions fighting for only 3 spots. Everybody's got something to watch for tomorrow. You got to be looking at that first one, Bliss versus BDS. On paper, initially, that looks really scary for Bliss. I know a team that really wanted to make it, but BDS have had their struggles, so that really could go either way. The whole day tomorrow looks insane.
And actually, here's a breakdown of tomorrow in our schedule. We'll see all 3 matches, of course, best of 3 elimination games. Tomorrow, it's this simple. As you were saying, Jesse, if you win, you're on main stage. If you lose, you're packing up and going home. And there's a lot of teams so far we've eliminated, to the point where we're all looking at this like, oh, I really wish that we could have everybody on here. But to you, Laxing, is there a game that you feel like it's a must-watch for one or many reasons?
I do like the first matchup. I mean, I like all these matchups, realistically. Yeah. 6 regions all playing for 3 spots. I mean, it's every region, like I said, just battling for it. But I think the one that sticks out to me the most that I want to see is that last match of Beast Coast versus Talon. For me, it's just Beast Coast has a lot to prove. They've obviously made it this far. I would like to see them make a main stage so I can, you know, feed that point that they aren't just a regional team. But it's left unsaid.
And we heard it in the interview. Lagonis, he wanted to fight Bleed, and he gets his wish. It'll be Bleed versus Team Liquid tomorrow for Game 2.
We'll see if it'll be his last wish, or it'll be something more to it. Hey, we've seen Bleed perform excellently, so that game should be a banger and a half. But hey, that means we have 3 of those bangers lined up for you tomorrow. It's all survival, and teams have to give it their all. There's SI points on the line. Of course, that'll be the conversation more into stage 2 of the year and into the next major, Montreal. How things set up for the North American SI that is planned for next year, but also a boatload of money that is also on it. You know, you pay your taxes and you got some of it left at the end of the day, and it's all good. Anyways, let's say goodbye for today. Jesse, Laxing, thank you so much for joining me on the analyst desk. And of course, for Jeannie, who leaves today, going back home. Thank you so much, Kathum, for being part of our production and talent team. It's always a pleasure to see a fellow Arab on the desk. There's not many of us, to be fair, in esports, so it's feels good. Feels good in many ways. This is part of moment of representation that I didn't think I would even have. Anyways, thanks so much, all of us friends. Thank you all for watching at home. We cannot wait to see you on Friday. Tomorrow, more teams get eliminated, and it's all on the line. From all of us, we love you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.